reach. It is no use to hit. It's coming from an old guy that was taught that way back in the day, but the new generations don't get held to that standard very often across the board. Now, academically, they do. About what they're challenged with.
The defense, we'll talk about that a little bit more here in segment 2 pregame show. I want to talk and get in a little bit with Dan and Steve and talk about the difference of what it means to switch from that 3-man front that Roncalli has played for the better part of the last decade to a 4-3 look that we're going to see tonight and what kind of adjustments that'll make. But we got a lot more to cover here on the pregame show. We'll talk more about this matchup. Again, the 40th meeting all time between Roncalli and Franklin Central. Flashes won the last 2. Prior to that, the Rebels won 7 in a row. We'll take our first break and come back. We'll stay 4.5 minutes. More for you after this as you're listening to Roncalli football on the Roncalli Network. Okay, Luke, 2.5.
Have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital, but we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on this beat. Nice.
Okay, go ahead, Luke. I got him back.
Base. A little more base here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They ought to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585,
say that.
wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
Every day, COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me.
I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Hold on.
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you at Roncalli Stadium. So pleased to be bringing you Roncalli football season opener for the team. Meanwhile, Franklin Central had a game under their belt, winning a game that was closer than it would appear in the final, 40-14, the final, as the Flashes opened at home against a young Perry Meridian team. That was a 2014 game at halftime in favor of the Flashes before Franklin Central pulled away. Perry under a new coach having their struggles, trying to find their way. So Franklin Central was able to play a lot of players in that win. Before we get deeper into the matchup tonight, guys, I did want to talk a little bit about your perspective as far as the flexibility this season is going to provide. We saw Roncalli unable to play last week because they found out 4 hours before kickoff. Other teams have had to midweek make adjustments. They get a notification that, hey, the opponent can't play this week because of a COVID issue. Then you got to find an opponent. There's teams that are looking for opponents. Just a question of, can you make the matchups? How, as a coaching staff, would you prepare if you're preparing for one team and then all of a sudden on 3 days' notice you got to change streams?
It could make it difficult, although I think you would rather play than not play, and so I think you have to go into the week and approach it as if you're going to play Team A that you're scheduled to play, and then if you get to that point where you don't, depending on the week you are, I think you either make quick adjustments to depending on what the other team, whoever you pick up, what they might do, the differences in defensive fronts or personnel, that kind of stuff. But you basically, I think it's too late in the week to completely change game plans. So I think you say, you know what, we're just happy to be playing. Let's stick with our game plan. Slide where we think the kids can handle it, but just move forward and be happy we're playing, and then not worry about when it's because. You really what you're working for is tempo. You're trying to just get kids. You're building for the end of the season at the tournament time. So it's great to let kids kind of struggle a little bit, let them get used to struggling a little bit, and see how they react. And that will make you a better team by the time playoffs come around.
Well, Steve, you and I talked the period of time late Friday evening where Roncalli was trying to find an opponent and potentially was going to play Saturday night, and Tipton was the likely partner, which would have been interesting given the previous state finals history between those two programs. Ultimately, the details were too much to overcome, but and Tipton said that had they been practicing through the week and thinking that they were going to play last weekend, they would have come down and played.
And I'd be really surprised if at some point during this season we don't end up picking up a game on a late game on Friday or Saturday, just because of the COVID situation. And I know Coach Rodenberg. He told me personally that if he doesn't care who it is, he'll play Center Grove, he'll play Warren Central. He wants to play a football game. That's how you get better. You don't get better sitting around. And I think Tipton probably learned a lesson that, and other schools probably will learn from it too. We need to keep practicing through the week just in case something comes about for Saturday night, and we're prepared.
Right.
And I don't think it's difficult, like Dan said, to prepare like that, but both teams are in the same situation, and you just got to practice what you do well and make sure you're doing what you do.
Well, and in the Indiana playoff format where everyone qualifies for the playoffs, and the regular season really is a 9-game ramp up to the playoffs, it really, at the end game, does not matter who you play.
Right.
If you take a big loss, it doesn't matter in the scheme of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You just keep moving forward. Let's talk a little bit about this Roncalli defense. We mentioned John Rodenberg, the new head coach for Roncalli. He's going to call the defensive signals, make that shift to a 4-3 set. Fellas, what does that look like from I want to talk about two spots from a defensive lineman's point of view. How does that change, and then what does it change from a linebacker standpoint?
Well, the 3-3-5 now, Roncalli used to play the 4-4 for a long time under Bruce Eifert, so they're not foreign to the 4-4. If you're a longtime fan to these kids, they've never done it, so they did it in grade school. But so it is a jump. And I think the biggest difference is we have 3 down linemen and ultimately 5 linebackers. The 5 is a very attack-oriented defense where you can send those linebackers and the 3 down linemen can move around a little bit, but it's a struggle for the don't know where to attack them. The actually make to the block. That's it could be, you get guys in as a responsibility. So much you can obviously blitz that kind of stuff, but you're in your base defense. You've got all the gaps covered,
and it is gap responsibility. But when you do down line on the defensive line, more double teams up front from the offensive line, which keep them guys off of your linebackers as well.
Correct.
And they can flow to the football.
All defenses are made for linebackers. Those are your athletes. Those are the ones that do it. Although, yes, when you got
a better defense.
Got good linemen, and on the 4, you've got on those gap responsibilities. You can't let to be disciplined on the defensive line, not go too deep, and you got to sit and control your gap and not let the offensive lineman get across, to because, again, that's how and then if you push off line scrimmage,
I'll be one. Run. That's
on the grounds of Roncalli. Darn good at fixing cars. Located at the south. Grateful for your business. Go Rebels. Throughout Chick-fil-A's history, the company has been on a journey not only delicious food to warm a smile, but also offer a menu customers feel great about eating. The white which is a lower calorie menu option, size portion of grilled chicken breast, fresh served on a
Well, we're waiting for Cal. 40-14 win. Last the open Perry Meridian. Let's take a look at the games tonight. Unless Avon team, Ben Davis, both of those teams. And we'll see what's Leffler is starting the program complete.
Bet that they're just long. They got long arms. You know, if you can start with building a perfect offensive line, you've got a good start because you know, you love height. You know, you get your leverage. You got long arms, makes it tough on defensive linemen. You know, it's a great start. But to your point, Steve, well, and I go back to 2016. You know, that line went undefeated. They had 5 guys that didn't play, any of them in college, I don't think. I mean, and
Mark Rowland is the only one.
Rowland, they walked on. Yeah, he walked on.
And he's still there.
And he's still there, yes. But, I mean, they were a bunch of no-name guys. But they were seniors. They stayed healthy all year, and they were the best line that we've had in years and years and years and years. And none of them on paper made you go, wow, you know. But these guys make you go, wow on paper. Can they gel and become a team that makes you go wow with that group as a whole group of 5 or 7, you know, with tight ends and that kind of stuff, that can dominate and get to that point you want them to be?
Because we have weapons, but a quarterback he needs time. No quarterback is good if he's got a guy in his face. Running backs need creases.
Yeah.
And so the weapons are there around them. Hopefully they can establish themselves early and get a push up front. And I think Hueler and Leffler are going to be really difficult to stop if that's the case.
I have a feeling we'll see a lot of blitz packages coming at them because it's the hardest thing for young linemen to learn is how to pick up blitzes. Because you got to talk, you got to know each other and just have a gut feel of who you're supposed to pick up and when. Yeah. And when you have sophomores and even juniors that don't have tons of experience, it's an area that can be exploited.
Well, we're going to take another break, our final break here in the pregame show. When we come back, we will have take it right up to kickoff. It's Roncalli and Franklin Central for the 40th time, and it's up next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
So thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. I wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. I think I'm gonna make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Okay, be ready for an ID.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And
say that one more time.
Know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer.
Ascension St. Vincent, Marian University, McDonald's, Steve's Flowers and Gifts, Ortho Indy, Beck Service Center, Chick-fil-A, Indiana Members Credit Union, Glander Rockford Orthodontics, and the Roncalli Alumni Association. Roncalli High School football is on the air, home of the 9-time state football champions, and celebrating over 50 years of excellence in the classroom and on the field with Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, and Steve Wilson. Roncalli High School football will fight ahead.
Rob Brown, Steve Wilson, Dan Bauer back with you at the stadium right at the top of the hour. So before we go any further, let's pause quickly for this station identification, reminding you you're listening to Roncalli football on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Well, so happy you're with us on a Friday night. Very, very humid night tonight on the south side, but we're happy that there's football and ready to go. Gary Hamilton is our crew chief tonight in the white hat. Franklin Central's won the toss, and they have elected to kick off, kicking toward the east end. Ryan Papandria and Sean Sinovic, numbers 42 and 3, respectively, out there as the captains. So Roncalli has the football to start it. Franklin Central in the all-white uniforms with the royal blue numbers and trim. Royal blue helmets with the white stripe down the middle. That's Ben Massey, number 21, is the kicker for the Flashes. We anticipate that'll be Ryan Papandria and Dominic Brown deep for Roncalli, but we'll see who heads back there. And it is indeed Brown, number 7, Papandria, number 3, going back as the deep men for Roncalli. So Brown and Papandria are deep. And Massey set to put a foot into it, and we're just about ready to go. A low squib kick. He slipped as he kicked it, and it's fallen on by the up back Owen Volk at the 25. So Owen Volk, number 4, fell on it at the 25. Looked like Massey, as he went to plant, slipped.
He did, yeah. And it was a smart move by Volk. A lot of times you get to that point, and that ball's sitting there for a little bit, and you try to pick it up, and it gets slippery. Just dropping on it and taking the ball at 25 is a smart move.
So no time off the clock. Roncalli begins this first possession of the season on the 25-yard line. Aidan Leffler, the junior quarterback, 6'3", 215-pounder. This is 20th start of his career. He's 10-9 as a starter. Baron Hueler, the lone back. Barron takes the give right up the middle, and he surges forward after a hit at the line of scrimmage for a couple. Taken down there by big man Nate Holland, number 75, who stands 6'2", 295.
Yeah, he's a big boy. His jersey doesn't fit quite right.
Pickup of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. Empty backfield for Roncalli. Leffler has 3 to his left and 2 to his right. He drops the throw. Look, steps up on the run. Cuts inside across the 30, falls out to the 32. Pickup of 4, setting up 3rd down and 3. Receivers out there are Cole Beckman. He's number 2. John Troxell, number 13. And Gabe Horn is in as the 3rd receiver, number 19. Kyle Lockard not available tonight.
When Leffler ran down the field to talk to Gallagher, there was something he didn't like in that route that he ran. So they're already talking and trying to coach each other up.
3rd and 2, give to Hueler. Needs the 35, and he stops short. A yard short. Gang tackle by a trio of white shirts. Among them, number 28, Joe Herman, one of the 3 returning starters on this Franklin Central team.
It's almost too late to talk about it now, but Franklin Central runs a 4-3 also. It's pretty much the same 4-3 that Roncalli's running. So Roncalli's preparation this week for up the preseason should prepare them for what they're facing across the way.
That's number 2, Cole Beckman, who's back to punt for Roncalli. Number 1, Deontay Stevenson is deep for the Flashes, back at his own 33. Beckman.
Oh, high snap
over his head. Goes back to the 5. Beckman scoops it up and falls on it at the 1-yard line. Oh, boy. That puts Franklin Central in the catbird seat. So bad snap. That goes down as a rush attempt, a negative rush attempt. And Franklin Central begins its first possession at the 1-yard line. That is not good if you're a Roncalli fan.
Yeah, you're in no man land there. The ball stopped at the 1, so there's the option is to pick it up and carry it in the end zone, take the 2 points, and then punt it out. Or he fell on it, in kind of a hustle, and we'll see what happens.
Colin Badgerow is the senior quarterback. He gives to Josh Ruley. He's stacked up. Second effort, looking for the goal line, and he's short.
Okay.
That's number 20, Josh Ruley, on the carry. He had 119 yards last week. Tackled by a bunch of Rebels, including Sean Sinovic. So no gain on the play. Second down and goal from the 1. Ruley's the lone back. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Badgero's in shotgun in the pistol formation with Ruley behind him. Ruley takes the give again. This time he's in, touchdown. So Josh Ruley, his 3rd touchdown of the season. He had 2 last week. And the Flashes capitalize on the Roncalli error and lead this game 6-0 with 9:45 to go in the first quarter. Massey is on for the extra point try, number 21. Little breeze to speak of, but not much. Massey, plenty of leg.
Big high one.
And he missed it wide right.
Did he really?
He did. Missed it wide to the right.
Got a lot on prettiness.
Plenty of leg. Plenty of leg, but he missed it no good. And so Franklin Central has a 6-0 lead with 9:45 to go here in the first quarter. We'll step out for 30 seconds and come right back. It's Roncalli football and the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Roncalli looking to regroup after that miscue on the punt snap led to a 1-yard touchdown run by Franklin Central. Massey on to kick it off again. He slipped on his opening attempt. This time he hits a good sidewinder that Papandria comes up and takes at his own 7-yard line. Ryan cuts toward the middle. Has some room to run. Tries to cut outside, and he's cut down at the 22. Good special teams tackle by number 37. That's Devondre Erisman. Erisman on the stop, so Roncalli starts at the 23. 9:38 to go here in the first quarter, and Franklin Central leads 6-0. Aiden Leffler leads them out. Has 2 receivers to his left and a back on either side. Aiden on the design keeper breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and able to fall forward out near the 25. Pickup of 2. Nate Holland on the stop again, number 75. Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8.
Well, and that was, talk about a design keeper. Roncalli does a lot of the read option stuff. So, Leffler had matched up with Gallagher coming across looking to see what the defense did, and he chose to keep it that time.
Leffler drops, screen pass. Underneath is caught by Beckman, and he's upended. Right after he catches the football, he tries to cut inside, but he's taken down at the 28. Pickup of 3. 3rd down and 5 at the 28.
Yeah, Grant Ray was out there with Gavin Brady. And they had a lineman out there. It's going to be good, but honestly, Gavin made a better play and was able to bring him down.
Empty backfield for Leffler on 3rd and 5.
Franklin Central showing an outside linebacker blitz there.
Leffler looks back at the bench for the play call. On 3rd and 5. At the 28. Drops, rolls, plants, looks, throws, diving catch by John Troxell. He's right near the line to gain at the 33. Let's see if they gave it to him. And they did. First down.
Wow.
First down. And I believe that's completion number 3 for Leffler. Is that correct? 1st and 10 at the 33. Leffler gives to Hueler. Barron spun down right at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle by number 38, Logan Ball. So that's the 2nd completion of the night for Leffler. He came in needing just 2 to pass Chad Huck, arguably the greatest quarterback in Roncalli history, at least statistically, back from the mid-'70s. He has the completion record of 199 career. 2nd and 9. Leffler.
Oh, they got him. They got him.
And it looks like Franklin Central jumped off. Yep, the line judge on the home side calling that.
Franklin Central being very aggressive to the line of scrimmage, and they're jumping around a little bit again, trying to get to that young offensive lineman. And that time their nose are up to the ball. When they jump just a little bit, all you have to do is get that helmet into that neutral zone, and they're going to call it on you.
It was 2nd and 9. Now it's 2nd and 4 at the Roncalli 39. 2 receivers either side for Leffler. Aiden gives to Hueler, tripping and stumbling his way forward, but his momentum carries him out near the 44. That's enough for a first down. The line to gain was the 43. First down, Hueler. Roncalli quickly.
Snap it, get it on.
Snapping the football, and there were 12 guys on the field. They didn't see it. Hueler still out working up the middle of the field, and he's got a first down. Well, that ball was snapped. And number 51, Anton Alexander, was 3 yards from the sideline.
And Leffler knows that he's motioning throw the flag because he snapped it on purpose.
Well, they gave Barron 8, so they marked him down at the Franklin Central 48. So a pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2. Roncalli trying to go quickly here. Leffler takes the snap. Drops, steps up, throws, has a man. Troxell looking for it. Incomplete, just over his hands at the 13-yard line. The Roncalli bench wants a flag, but they will not get that.
No, that was a good call.
Good coverage.
Good effort. Good coverage, good effort.
That's number 37 out there in coverage. That's Devondre Erisman.
And Leffler stood in there. He took pressure and got hit as he threw that. And to get that long ball off like that, that's impressive for him to stay in there and not worry about getting hit.
3rd down and 2 at the Franklin Central 48. 6:40 to go, first quarter. Roncalli trails Franklin Central 6-0. Leffler with 2 receivers either side. Gives to Hueler. Barron straight up the gut. He's got a first down into the linebackers. Tackle at the 40. Barron accelerating. Marked down at the 41, but that's more than enough. And the Rebels quickly to the line to snap the football. Franklin Central tried to get subs on. They had to call them back. And now we've got our referee blowing play dead. What's the issue here?
Sure. Unless there was an equipment issue
and there might have been. Hueler, I think, was loose getting his chin strap on. That gives Franklin Central a chance to sub. Number 52, Robbie Jinks, coming in at a defensive end spot. So first down, Roncalli at the Franklin Central 41. Second possession of the game for the home team. Leffler, a give again to Hueler. He cuts outside, back inside, and able to knife his way down near the 36, giving 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5. Luke Shoemaker on the tackle. Showmaker, I should say, with 14 tackles last year in this matchup that Franklin Central won 31-19. 2nd down and 5 at the 36. Leffler again, give to Hueler. Barron dancing behind his blockers. Inching his way forward out near the line to gain. He stopped just shy at the 37. He needed to get inside the 36.
Well, they pulled Grant Ray.
I'm sorry, you need to get inside the 32. It's 3rd down and a short 2 at the 33.
They pulled Grant Ray, and Hueler just kind of wanted to go outside, but then saw that and just tucked in right behind him.
Give again to Barron. He cuts outside, turns up the corner. He's got room. He's down the sideline.
Look at
He's loose, and he's going to find the end zone.
Nice.
Oh, he stepped out. They're going to say he stepped out. Dude. Back at the 15.
Enough for a first down, no?
That's enough for a first down. Plenty enough. He stepped out at the 15.
Well, as they reset this, Rob, if you don't mind, that left side, Luke Scartweet, Grant Ray, and Sam Seacrest are the tackle guard center. Other side, Patrick Meek tackle, and Trevor Lauk is the guard.
High snap. Barron cuts outside again on the handoff, and he's knocked out of bounds. Inside the 10 at the 9. That's Erisman who bumped him out. Knocked out of bounds at the 9. It's 2nd down and 4. Roncalli can get a first down without scoring. 2nd down and 4. 5:23 to go. Roncalli in this first quarter moving quickly. 2nd and 4. Leffler turns, wheels, looks, throws, has a man to flat through the hands. Michael Gallagher, number 32, the intended receiver. That was number 37, Erisman, who applied some heat there. Came up from a cornerbacker spot to rush the throw.
And that's a good little play. You get the wideouts kind of running into the back of the end zone, leaving that underneath the side there for Gallagher with the pressure in his face. If he completes that, that could have gone into the end zone.
Set 3rd down and 4 from the Franklin Central 9. Leffler. Give to Hueler. Barron takes his time, and he's not going to make it. Just too much white shirt traffic there in the middle of the field. And Barron stopped a yard short. Looks like the Rebels are going to go for it. No indication, no kicker coming on. Luke Swartz, the nose tackle, coming on. Here comes John Troxell. So Hueler picked up 2, call it 1. They got it 4th down and 3 at the 8. Fourth down and 3 at the 8. So Roncalli going for it here on 4th down. Lone back is Leffler. Unbalanced line to the left. Hueler takes the give. Barron cuts inside, and he's in the end zone.
He got it.
Touchdown, Roncalli. Roncalli goes for it on 4th and 3 from the 8, and Barron Hueler takes it in from the 8. That's his 13th career rushing touchdown. And Roncalli's tied the game at 6. Here comes Luke Russell on for the extra point try. The junior kicker. Caden Gore, the junior, is the holder. Russell measures. Plenty of leg. Right down the middle. Right down the middle. And Roncalli has the lead, 7-6 with 4:44 to go. Let's go down on the sideline to Steve Wilson. Steve, what did you see tempo-wise? You talked about Roncalli getting up and down in that second possession.
They really found a nice rhythm with their offensive line, and Hueler did a nice job being patient and waiting on the holes. And on the scoring play, it looked like it was designed to the left, and he cut it back, had a big push on the right side, and I think he walked in untouched. But that's a big answer, after the early mistake by Roncalli on the punt team. So 7-6, I think it's going to be a good ball game.
Well, we talked in the pregame about Roncalli being in shape, being fit, and Coach Rodenberg stressing being in condition. It'd be interesting to see how much that comes into play, Steve, here as this game goes on, with it being as humid as it is tonight.
For sure. And, hopefully our offensive line, we talked about it. It's a big offensive line, and we have a size advantage. So hopefully we can wear down Franklin Central's defensive front and make them gamble a little bit to try and stop us and open up some more things.
That's Steve Wilson, our man down the sideline.
If you don't mind, we're used to just kind of seeing a sideline that's got a bunch of guys packed on it and stuff. What Roncalli has done for the COVID a little bit, they've got chairs on all the way down the sidelines, all spread out. The offensive line came back down. They're all 6 feet apart, sitting in a chair, drinking water, coach is talking to them, but you can go right down the sideline and see the different groups that they've got where they can coach and keep them all together. It's really a neat system they've developed.
Luke Russell hits a sidewinding kickoff that's fielded inside at the 4 by Deontay Stevenson, number 1. He's got a seam and able to work his way out across the 25. Deontay Stevenson, number 1 on the return. Andrew Ball, the sophomore, brought him down. And let's see where they put the football down. I think the 26. Yep, the 26 is where they'll put it down for Franklin Central. First normal field position for the Flashes. Of course, they capitalized on Roncalli's miscue that gave them the football at the Roncalli 1. Scored in 2 plays. Badgero's in a shotgun. Atavion Jordan is the lone back, number 22. And he is to the right of Badgero on 1st and 10. Man in motion. They give to Jordan. Rebels string him outside, and Jordan is taken down after a pickup of maybe 1. Nice hit from Ryan Henry coming up from his safety spot, number 12, the senior. Atavion Jordan, the running back. Both he and Ruley ran for over 100 yards last week against Perry Meridian. Jordan had a career-high 140.
Well, Skyler Phillips did a great job that time. He was coming from the outside position, and he got up the field, forced the runner inside, which allowed the safety to come up and make the play. But he did a good job, getting up the field and forcing it.
Badger, a quick pass. It's caught, and able to get a couple more yards after the catch. That's number 6, Dennis Crawford. Catch and run out to the 33, setting up 3rd down and 3. Dominic Brown on the stop. 3rd down and 3 for the Flashes. 3:38 to go here in the first quarter. Roncalli leads 7-6. Badgerow drops. He looks right. He has 3-man over there. Now he steps up. He's going to run for the first down, and Brown will escort him out of bounds at the 42. So Badgerow on the carry. And Dan, last week, Badgerow was a very impressive 22 for 28. He's a converted wide receiver. Peyton Vway, their starter from last year, who is back, has a broken collarbone. So his longest throw, though, was only 19 yards. That was his longest completion. So that's a lot of short underneath stuff. They're trying to keep it simple.
Yep.
And he runs for the first down there. 1st and 10 at the 42. Give to Rulli, who's back in the game. He breaks out of an ankle tackle and is able to drag Dominic Brown out to the 48-yard line of Roncalli. That's Josh Rulli on the carry, pickup of 6, 2nd down and 4. Michael Hegwood in as an extra corner, the junior. He's number 33. 2nd down and 4. Inside 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Roncalli with a nice drive of 77 yards to answer Franklin Central's score on the first possession. 2nd down and 4. Badgerow drops, looks down the field, throws, has a man. It's through his fingers, incomplete, almost picked off. Through the fingers of Crawford, number 6, and the Rebels had 3 red shirts in the area, but they could not get to it, and it hit the turf.
Roncalli's sitting in a 4-man zone, basically in the back, which it allows, and they follow the guy once they get out of their zone into the middle, and all those routes kind of came to the middle, which when that ball went to his hand, there was a good chance that one of those red shirts might come up with it. But that 4-3 defense allows you to have, you got 2 safeties, a free and a strong, and then you got 2 corners. Most of the time, they're playing a zone-type coverage.
3rd and 4 here. Rebels send some pressure.
Jordan, oh, we missed it.
Breaking tackles, dragging tacklers, and now able to work his way down to the 46-yard line. Great carry, strong carry by Atavion Jordan, 5'10", 215-pound junior. Finally taken down by Tommy Brownfield, but a good run by Jordan.
And as I was talking about, the zone package that they've got, Roncalli sends Michael Hegwood on a corner blitz that he came up and got contact on the back but couldn't bring him down.
2 wide receivers either side. Badgerow looks, now he's
backside,
flushed from the pocket, and he's hit as he throws, and it's almost picked off, underthrown. Ryan Papandria tried to come get it. Closest receiver in the area was Stevenson, number 1.
And
2nd down and 10.
Owen Volk was coming from that backside, sprinting as the quarterback rolled the opposite direction, trying to get to him before he got rid of that ball, but just barely missed.
2nd down and 10. At the 46, 2:11 to go in the first quarter. Roncalli leads 7-6. 2 receivers set again, 4 receivers, I should say, 2 on either side. Roncalli shows blitz, now backs away. And they did not get the play off.
Oh.
Play clock hits 0. So Badgerow, again, maybe showing some inexperience. He's a kind of an emergency quarterback, certainly. And he was so busy looking at where Roncalli might be sending the blitz that
well, you also got to kind of, I don't want to point to the coaching staff over there, but they've also got to be aware of that. They can call to the sideline judge there. And so when you've got an inexperienced quarterback, somebody's got to help him on the sideline.
So back him up 5. 2nd down and 15. See what Roncalli does here defensively. Delayed give to Josh Rulli. He cuts outside, gets by the initial traffic, and he's popped out of bounds. Good solid hit by Greg Kirkman, number 6. We heard that pop all the way up here.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But a good run by Rulli to get the penalty yards back, +1. Take it down to the right at the 49. Actually, he just got the penalty yard right at the 46. So he just got the penalty yards back. 3rd down and 10. He got back across midfield into Roncalli territory. 2:06 to go here in the first quarter. Roncalli leads 7-6. Jordan's back in. That big back to the left of Badgerow. 3 receivers to his right. 1 to the short side left. Badgerow looks right, throws right. Long ball down the side, and it's broken up nicely by Ryan Henry, who stepped in front and broke it up. Ryan Papandria was tangled up with the intended receiver, number 7, Sam Toe.
Although the back judge is calling it for a little huddle, they might overrule it here.
Henry stepped in front of both players and batted the ball away, so the ball never got to the receiver, and that might be the conversation.
If especially if he touches the ball before the contact was made. So that might be what they're discussing, is to when that contact was made and when because the ball didn't make it to the receiver. So
pass interference on Roncalli.
Got overruled.
So pass interference on Roncalli. That penalty will keep the drive alive and move the football down to, let's see where they'll ultimately put it down.
Well, now they're sending the chains back.
Well, they'd already moved the chains. So presumably the ball would be in the vicinity of the 31. The line of scrimmage was the 46.
Yeah.
15-yard penalty, first down. At the Roncalli 31. 2 minutes even to go in the first quarter. Franklin Central moving right to left from our vantage point here high atop the home grandstand. The setting sun at their backs. Give to Jordan, banging his way right up the middle. He's dragging tacklers down inside the 25. Boy, he's just thundering here in this first quarter.
He's a big dude.
Yes.
Not tall-wise, but spark plug, or like fire hydrant big.
Tyson Garrett on the stop, now before a pickup of 9. Give to Jordan again. This time he lowers the head and bangs his way down near the 15, the 16. Brady New on the stop with some help from Sean Sinovic, but that's a first down to the Roncalli 16. 4th first down on the drive. First and 10 at the Roncalli 16. Final 80 seconds of this first quarter. Roncalli with a 7-6 lead. Pistol formation. Ruli's in at the back of the ball, kicked out and fumbled, but Ruli falls on it alertly. But that's a loss of a couple back to the 19. Loss of 3. They were in that pistol formation, and the shotgun snap, Badgerow had not collected it before he turned to give it to Ruli, but fortunate bounce for the Flashes. It bounced right to Ruli's feet, and he was in a safety area. They just fall on it and take the 3-yard loss. Second down, 13. Inside 40 seconds to go, first quarter. Badgerow in the trouble, in the pocket, throws, has a man, Crawford. Nice leaping catch at the 15. He's tackled immediately by Ryan Henry. But a nice catch by Dennis Crawford at the 14.
Mr. Crawford climbed the ladder,
yes,
as they
he did.
said. That was
That's
pretty
a nice catch. His second of the night. He's just 5'9", 173. He had 3 catches last week. And Franklin Central not showing any intentions of snapping the ball again here. Letting this quarter run out. Oh, maybe they're coming to the line of scrimmage. But just 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that'll do it. So that is the end of the first quarter here at Roncalli Stadium with the score. Roncalli 7, Franklin Central 6. We'll step out for 30 seconds and come right back. It's Roncalli football on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson, and our statistician Bob Susmichael back with you at Roncalli Stadium. Roncalli leads this ball game by the score of 7-6, but Franklin Central is driving and looking to retake the lead, but Roncalli defense may have something to say about that.
Well, I think this break kind of comes at a good time. Roncalli was kind of huffing and puffing a little bit on defense, and obviously they've got a short field to defend now, but this break at least gives them a little bit of time to regroup a little bit, get some water, and hopefully get their legs back under them.
Oh, Franklin Central now heading left to right from our vantage point toward the west end zone into the setting sun. Appreciate everyone taking in tonight's contest. Got the students across the parking lot behind us watching on the feed in the parking lot.
Socially distanced, I'm sure.
Socially distanced, yep. Our guy, Ladarius Mathis. Freshman girls basketball coach checking in from his basement tonight. 3rd down and 8 for Franklin Central at the 14. Badger. Oh, picked off! Yes! Pick off by Tyson Garrett. He's up the sideline.
Oh, a stiff arm.
He's knocked out of bounds. Oh, Tyson Garrett with a one-hand pick. What a play by the junior Tyson Garrett.
We talked about their guy climbing the ladder, but how about that play? I mean, he went up for it, one-handed it, brought it down, and then made a real nice run. Stiff-armed a guy, and that turns the tide big time.
What a play by the junior Tyson Garrett. And, Dan, this is a guy that he was kind of forgotten a little bit in that he had 14 tackles last year through 5 games, or 5 quarters, but broke his foot in the first quarter of this game last year. So he played a grand total of 5 quarters as a sophomore starter. But what a play there to give the Roncalli the ball back. Just 8 seconds in to quarter number 2. They take over at the 29. Leffler has 2 completions so far tonight. Am I correct on that? Make it 3. Pass in the flat to Hueler. He stood up and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
That one didn't go for positive yards.
That one did not go for positive yards. It's a loss of 1. Joe Herman on the tackle.
I don't want to bring up the sore subject, but if he throws it that way and it's behind the line of scrimmage, gets tackled back there, is that surely a pass, statistically?
Yes, it is. Yes,
even though it's behind the line of scrimmage?
Because it went forward. He threw it forward. Yep.
Oh, all right.
So the next completion by Leffler, though, sets the completion record. Instead, he'll give to Hueler here on 2nd and 11. Barron stumbling his way for a couple. Able to get back inside out across the 30, I should say, out to the 31. Luca Ball on the stop. Logan Ball, rather. 3rd down and 8 at the Roncalli 31. Roncalli looking toward the bench, trying to get the play call. Now Leffler with 15 seconds on the play clock. Empties the backfield. Takes Gallagher out of there, looking down the field. Plants, throws, has a man. It's incomplete. Overthrows the intended receiver, number 19, Gabe Horn. And that sends the punt team out. Cole Beckman back to punt. 2nd time tonight. Deep for the Flashes, looking right into the sun, is Deontay Stevenson. Number 1 back at the 35. This could be a little tricky for Stevenson. That sun is not yet behind the St. Jude buildings off to our right. Stevenson, we see him on our monitor trying to shield his eyes. See if Beckman can get off a good one here. Good snap, no rush. And an end-over-ender that stops short on the sideline, and Johnny Rader, number 28, downs it. Inside the 40.
There was nobody on the field that had more going through their head than Johnny Rader right there.
Yes.
He had to make that good snap. He got that. He was really relieved, and then he went down there and did a good job downing the ball down. So.
And as Franklin Central comes out on the field, let's go down to Steve. He had a good look at that Garrett interception down there in the west end zone.
Yeah, Skyler Phillips brought some pressure off the right edge and forced the quarterback to throw it a little bit sooner than he wanted to, and the rest of it was just God-given athleticism, an incredible interception, and just made another tackle right there and showed some good speed after he caught the ball.
So Tyson Garrett, indeed, as Steve mentioned, tackles Josh Ruley after a pickup of 5. Out to the 44. 2nd down and, call it 4, 2nd down and 6 at the 43.
for those playing at home. Tyson Garrett plays the Mike linebacker, which is the middle linebacker in that three-set linebacker. So he sits in the middle, but has great speed to get laterally to each side of the sidelines.
That was his first career interception. 2nd and 6. Badgerow drops straight back, looks right, throws right.
Pick it again. Go.
Picked off. He threw it right to Ryan Papandria. Intended receiver was Sam Toe. Papandria, the ball was underthrown. It hit him right in the chest. Toe was able to tackle Papandria after a return of a couple, but the second Roncalli interception in as many possessions. And Roncalli takes over in positive territory at the Franklin Central 40 after Papandria's second career interception.
We've talked about this 4-3 defense. Again, going back to a 4 straight drop back, it really simplifies the coverage package for the guys in back, and it allows them to sit and kind of make plays like that, where because they're not worried about hanging with a guy man-to-man, they can sit back there, read the ball, and then just go get it.
Leffler on 1st and 10. Fakes, looks, throws over the middle. Intended for
defense.
John Troxell.
Oh, late flag.
And the pass is broken up.
Woo.
But a flag is thrown. That looked like a good coverage from Devondre Arisman, but it looked like, Dan, that while he did a great job of getting that lead hand out to knock it away, the left hand may have been involved in some extracurriculars.
It may or may not. I don't know. I'd give that kid a great play.
It looked like a good play from up here.
But yes, maybe there was some extracurriculars that the official behind it saw.
Yeah.
And that's what he's explaining down there, is that he did get that hand on him. But whew, that's a tough one to call at this level, in my opinion. What's an NFL call? But whew.
Pass
We're happy
interference
for it,
call.
though. We're happy for it.
It's a first down, takes the ball down to the 25, 1st and 10. Leffler turns, fakes, flips it out in the flat to Troxell. He works his way up ahead to the 17, and that'll do it, though. That's completion number 4. That's completion number 4, and now Aidan Leffler is the all-time leader in career completions with 200, passing Chad Huck for career completion record. 2nd down. Hueler on the carry, spinning his way down inside the 5 and a first down. Knocked down just inside the 5 by Jeremiah Smith, but Roncalli 1st and goal at the 6. So Aidan Leffler puts his name in the record books yet again. Looks, fakes, keeps it. Now he's searching the goal line, and he's dragging white shirts. The red shirts are pushing the pile. And Aiden able to move the pile. He ran right up into the chest of number 75, Nate Holland. Anton Alexander, number 51, was in there as well. Boy, it seems like he's been there forever. He's been a starter since almost the day he showed up, it seems like.
Yeah.
Impacting the middle of that defensive line. 2nd and goal from the 3. Roncalli trying to increase its lead and capitalize on the turnover on the interception by Ryan Papandria. Leffler takes the snap. Give to Hueler. Barron tries the middle, nothing there. Great tackle from behind. He was grabbed by Logan Ball, the junior linebacker, and Ball just hung on, waited for reinforcements. No gain for Barron. 3rd down and goal from the 3.
I'm impressed with some of these players that Franklin Central has on the defensive side. A couple good linebackers, some good defensive linemen in there. They're a good team.
When they lost an all-state linebacker last year, Nate Talhill, who graduated.
Right. Yeah.
Luke Swartz, the nose tackle, is in for the Rebels as an extra tight end on 3rd and goal from the 3. The give to Hueler again, searching the goal line behind the red shirts, and he found it. Touchdown.
Got it.
Second Hueler touchdown of the night. This one from 3 yards out. And Roncalli has added to its lead, 13-6 with 8:01 to go here in the half. 3-yard run.
Yep. Roncalli's sideline's getting yelled at by the official.
Yeah, the players, the benches, if you can see on our monitors, the benches used to end at the 25. They've been extended down to the 10, but coaches are limited to the 20, between the 25s. I think that was offensive line coach Sam Otley that got a little exuberant down the near side.
Excited. How can he not be?
Luke Russell on for the extra point. The snap's low. Caden Gore rolls. Fire. He's looking. He dodges a man. He steps up. He throws in the back of the end zone. And
he doesn't have
almost caught.
Oh, that's good.
Gore almost made something out of nothing there. Skyler Phillips, number 44, almost made a play in the back of the end zone. So the pass is no good, and that keeps the lead at 7, 13-6. With 8:01 to go, here in the first half. We'll go ahead and take another break. We've got breaks to take. We'll take a 30-second break right here. 8:01 to go in the first half. Roncalli leads on the Beck Service Center scoreboard, 13-6. We're back after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning. Like you, I'm a parent, and we're all working hard to help protect our families. One important thing is to make sure our kids see their doctor for checkups where they'll get their shots. Pediatric offices and Ascension facilities are taking lots of safety precautions, and appointments are available. Talk to your child's pediatrician to schedule.
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you at Roncalli Stadium. Roncalli driving 40 yards. Capped by Baron Hueler, 3-yard touchdown run, second touchdown of the night for Baron. Appreciate our guy Clint Meinerding checking in from the heart of Johnson County tonight, and our friends the Donovans just down the road, enjoying life in Perry Woods on the back porch tonight. Thank you to all who are spending part of your Friday night with us. We're happy to be with you.
If we're shouting out like this.
Absolutely.
Javier Zuluaga's listening to us in Arizona.
One of the all-time greats.
Giving us some tips on what we should be doing and what they're doing for
One of the
Roncalli.
all-time greats. Luke Russell on to kick it away. Yeah, we're going to shout out. That's a new thing. We're going to recognize and appreciate. Kickoff taken inside the 8, at the 8, I should say, by Crawford. He cuts to the wide side,
tackle.
and he's double team tackled. That's Dennis Crawford on the return. Nice two-man tackle by Joey Milto and Johnny Rader on the stops. Couple of St. Barnabas Warriors there on the stops. Franklin Central takes over at the 23. 7:55 to go first half. Last two Franklin Central possessions have ended in interceptions by the Rebels. Colin Badgerow, the senior quarterback. Josh Ruley is the tailback behind him in the pistol formation on 1st and 10. Ball spotted near the near side hash. Badgerow drops. He looks right, throws right, and it's broken up by Skyler Phillips. Intended up the field for number 13, Brian Marshall. Marshall was their leading receiver last week. He has the junior. He's got good size, 6'3", 190. Had 9 catches for 70 yards last week.
Skyler did a good job of taking away the inside route there. So it really forced the ball to be thrown outside, but the receiver couldn't get turned around far enough and made it a tough place to spot. There wasn't very many areas that ball could be thrown without being picked off because Skyler had such great position on it. 2nd
down and 10. Again, 3 receivers to the wide side. Now Badgerow sends Stevenson left, gives to Ruley on the misdirection. He tries the middle of the field, able to work his way upfield for about 4. Owen Volk, the first man in, number 4, with some help from Tommy Brownfield.
I talked about the zone defenses a little bit earlier. Franklin Central's been putting some guys in motion coming across the line. What I like about this defense, you don't see guys like running with that receiver. If you're a man-to-man, you got to run with him just in case he goes out. You're not seeing that. The defense just stays where they're put and then waits for the play to start, and then they react to it.
3rd and 6, really picked up 4. Badgerow drops, looks right, throws right. That ball's in the air a long time.
Yeah, it is.
And
Great
play by
play.
Ryan Papandria to knock the pass away at the 50-yard line, intended for Brian Marshall, number 13.
And somehow Ryan didn't look back on the ball. I don't know how he knew where it was, but, I mean, he was running, looking the opposite direction, and then went up, hit the ball perfectly, and knocked it out of there. He just had to be watching the eyes or the reflection of the ball in the receiver's eyes because, I mean, he timed it perfectly.
That was actually number 19, Xavier Davenport, the intended receiver. First punt of the night for the Flashes. It's Ben Massey. He handles the punting and the kicking, number 21. He's back inside his own 15. Number 7, Dom Brown, is back for the Roncalli Rebels at the 35. Ruley, good snap. Not much rush. Low kick. Line drive that Dom takes at the 36. He's got a little room to operate. Now he cuts back, gets a block from Sinovic. Tries to get outside, cuts inside, and gets it across the 50. Nice return.
It's a good read
by Dominic Brown. Good block out there by number 3 in the red, Ryan Papandria.
Yeah, and Brown did a great job seeing that block, cutting right underneath the block and picking up another 5 yards or so. Really well done.
So 7 minutes even to go in the first half. Roncalli with a 1-score lead, 13-6. taking over for the second straight drive in plus territory, this one beginning at the 48 of Franklin Central. Leffler drops, fakes, throws, pumps down the sideline, underthrows, almost picked off. Intended for Cole Beckman up the sideline, but that was underthrown by about 5 yards, and short hop Vaughn Taylor, who stepped inside and thought he might have had something there. Taylor, the senior safety.
Yeah, the way that ball came out of there, I think there was either a route that wasn't run properly or a read by the quarterback that went awry because they didn't match up.
Second down and 10. They give to Hueler. Barron covers the football. He's into the secondary. Now he's loose. Down the sideline. Inside the 15.
Not much
and he will score. Barron Hueler, his third touchdown of the game. Woo. That one from 48 yards out. Barron going to work. He's got 3 scores, and it's 19-6. He's got 131 yards here with 6.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, we got to give a little bit of credit to that offensive line. They really parted the seas there in the middle. Hueler, after the seas were parted, he turned on the jets. I mean, there was some smoke coming out of his shoes.
Well, Roncalli's late getting the 11th man on the field. Now they get him set. Luke Russell on for the extra point. Caden Gore, the holder. Good snap. Kick on the way. Plenty of leg. Right down the middle. And Roncalli has scored 3 straight touchdowns to turn a 6-0 deficit into a 20-6 lead. We've got breaks to take, so we'll go ahead and take one now with 6:46 to go in the half. Roncalli leading on the Beck Service Center scoreboard, 20-6. Stay with us. We're right back after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Why do I have to wear a mask at school? To put simply, the mask helps to protect others from unknowingly infected individuals when they cough or sneeze. The CDC recommends that everyone wear a mask when they're in a social setting and around people not living with them. Make sure you wear your mask correctly. To do this, put your mask over your nose and mouth and secure it underneath your chin. Make sure that the mask sits snugly against the side of your face. By doing this together, we can keep COVID-19 out of Roncalli. Why do I have to wear a mask?
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you. Roncalli Stadium, Bob Tully Field. Luke Russell on to kick it off for Roncalli. 20-6 our score. Home team up ahead by 2 scores. Dennis Crawford and Deontay Stevenson deep. And it'll be Crawford to step up and take it at the 5 on the far sideline. Stays on that side. Looking to cut outside. The ball's out. Ball's loose inside the 25. Roncalli says they have it. Let's see. There's a pile up at the 24. And waiting for an indication. And it is indeed Roncalli football. That's Greg Kirkman, the senior, that came out with the ball.
Well, it was Lucas Erickson that came up and laid a lick
number
on
10.
the receiver. Number 10, yes. And that was a real good hit. Popped that ball out.
So the fumble on the kickoff, the 3rd turnover of the night. Who recovered it? That was number 6, Greg Kirkman on the recovery. And as Dan mentioned, number 10, Lucas Erickson with the hit that started that. So another short field for Roncalli. 6:38 to go in the half. Ball on the Flashes, 24.
I'm told that Liam Collier's watching the Rebels in Tuscaloosa right now.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Sure
Roll Tide.
He's got some of those Tide players down there watching this game.
Roll Tide. Leffler gives to Hueler. Barron cuts outside trying to get the corner. He's helped from behind, tackle from behind, I should say, and a flag flies. Barron tried to turn the corner. Nice job on the pursuit by number 28, Joe Herman, one of the returning starters for this defense. And looks like we're going to have a penalty on Roncalli's offensive line. I don't think they've had a penalty yet, have they? On the offensive line side, anyway.
This one I'm sure is a hold, so it'll be a 10-yard
Yeah,
variety.
spot foul, 10 yards from the spot. Back to the 34. Gary Hamilton indeed gives us the indication it's a hold. Our guy Dan Burglar holding it down in Franklin Township listening in tonight. Steve Looney, one of Beech Grove's finest, checking in.
Second finest, but go ahead.
Second finest behind my guy Dan Bauer. One of the pillars. Leffler gives to Hueler. Barron right at the hash mark. He accelerates into the secondary before he's taken down at the 21. No, take that back. That's Michael Gallagher, number 32 on the carry. Nice job.
Like Hueler would play where
he wears 32. Hueler wears 35. Gallagher in that tailback spot, giving Barron a rest. Gallagher, they give again.
Nope,
no, they fake. Leffler rolls. Keeps it himself, spinning, and he's taken down by a host of white shirts inside the 20-yard line. So Michael Gallagher, the junior, with that previous carry, that spinning carry by Leffler sets up third and medium, third and 3.
You kind of got to like it when Leffler goes in, spins, takes a hit like that. 5 guys dropping on him. He stands up and shouting out orders to his offensive line. He's not affected at all by the big hit.
Well, here's an interesting formation that we were told we would see. Caden Gore, the backup quarterback, is now in at the wideout on the far side. Number 14 on your screen if you're watching along with us. 3rd down and 3 at the Franklin Central 17. Leffler, give to Hueler, who's back in. He's tripped up in the backfield. Nice play by the defense. Like that was number 98. Braden Rodriguez, who made the first contact. Luke Showmaker then finished him off, but a loss of 1 on the play.
That puts it a 4th and 4
4th and 4. We'll see if Roncalli goes for it here. They went for it on 4th and 3 on the second possession of the game, and they scored from the 8. And Franklin Central wants time. Franklin Central wants time. We've got some breaks to take, so we'll go ahead and take one. 4:47 to go here in the half. Roncalli leads Franklin Central 20-6. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
I work out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me.
I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
Well, we'll go ahead and keep it here. 4:47 to go in the first half from the stadium. 26 our score. Roncalli on top.
Socially distant.
Lori Crosley checking in tonight as well. Her husband Pat doing a fine job on the PA, the voice of Roncalli Stadium.
We may have started something we're going to regret.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Cool.
Dave Johnson, who is the voice of the Washington Wizards NBA team, he calls an NBA game largely by himself, and he spends the entire game just receiving and giving shout-outs.
Does he really?
Oh, yeah. He calling an NBA game. There's not a lot of gaps in there to get that done. Roncalli is 1 for 1 tonight on 4th downs. That was a score. 4th and 3 from the 8, and Barron Hueler took it in. So let's see what they come up with here. Caden Gore is still in at a wideout. He's split wide to the right with Michael Gallagher. Gabe Horn and John Troxell split wide left. Hueler the lone back. 4th and 4 from the 18. On the delay, quick throw, and Gallagher with a catch in traffic, and he's got the first down. Oh, my. Leffler had to throw a bullet in there, and Gallagher, surrounded by 3 white shirts, able to collect it, take a hit, and move the chains.
They're isolating the defensive guy there. They're forcing him. He stays outside the helmet. He turns. He throws it inside, and it's almost a complete. It looks dangerous because he's throwing it in a lot of traffic, but it's really a well-designed play based on just inches of that defender being too far outside. And Roncalli taking advantage of it.
Leffler, quick throw in the flat. It's caught by Gore. He makes one man miss and able to pound his way inside the 5. He's finally gang tackled by Vaughn Taylor with some help from Luke Showmaker. So Gore, his first career catch. Trying to find ways to get Caden on the field. The junior backup quarterback picked up 7 there. Roncalli can get a first down and not score. It's 2nd and 3 from the 4. Ball spotted far hash. Michael Gallagher, H-back left. Leffler, quick throw in traffic and almost picked off in the back corner of the end zone. Boy, that was a waist-high line drive throw and a nice job That was number 37, Devondre Arisman out there, who turned and saw it.
It's the same principle they just completed the last play on. But however, 37 stepped in front of the defensive back. And honestly, I mean, Leffler didn't read that his helmet wasn't outside. So the receiver has to stay outside the helmet at that point, and you lob that one. So, again, it's just coaching points that the coaches will take and look at it in the film and show them the difference. But it is that dangerous move. If when you're going for that bullet pass, you got to make sure his helmet's outside.
And Roncalli can't get the play in, so we'll have to call a timeout. We've got one more break to get to here before halftime, so we'll go ahead and do that now. 3:48 to go in the half. Our score on the Beck Service Center scoreboard: Roncalli 20, Franklin Central 6. Stay tuned. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things other
You're right.
people are
Last
impossible.
one.
But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine
Rob Brown position with us. 3rd and 3 from the Franklin Central 4. Roncalli trying to add to its lead. Luke Swartz is in as an extra tight end. The big sophomore nose tackle. Leffler on the quarterback keep, searching the goal line. Lowers his shoulder and he's in for the touchdown. 4th rushing touchdown of the night. And that's the first one that didn't come from the legs of Baron Hueler. Leffler's in from 4 yards out, and it's 26-6. Roncalli with 3:45 to go here in the half. Luke Russell on to try the extra point. As soon as this extra point is through, we're going to go down to Steve Wilson and check in with him. High snap, Gore gets it down. Russell plenty of leg, and it is good. So Luke is 3 for 3 tonight. The one miss was a bad snap. And with 3:45 to go here in the half, Roncalli has scored 4 straight touchdowns to lead 27-6. Let's go down to Steve. Steve, we talked about in the pregame about the offensive line. You've got a good view of it down there on field level. What are you seeing as far as those young guys in the game and the push they're getting?
Well, on the second touchdown from Hueler, we brought Luke Swartz in at tight end, and we lined up Gallup behind the left tackle and pulled Trevor Lauk from the backside, and we had about 1,300 pounds of beef leading Hueler into the end zone. It was pretty impressive. And now with this 3rd touchdown in a row here, we've really put Franklin Central in a bind because they want to pound the ball. And now they're going to have to do.
Well, we'll get back with Steve here at halftime. He makes a good point, though, Dan. Now you've put Franklin Central in a tough spot because they're down 3 scores, and they're going to have to put the ball up, and clearly that's not what they'd prefer to do given their strength at running back.
Well, and they've also got 2 interceptions because they've started throwing that stuff earlier. So, yes, it hasn't boded well for them when they do put it in the air, and that mentality started a few series ago, and yeah, there's some panic going on over on the other sidelines. And again, you got a first-year coach that is a little unsure what to do with the troops. They've not been in this position of being behind like this.
So Luke Russell to kick it off. Last kickoff was knocked free on a hit by Lucas Erickson. The Rebels covered. It's a short kick. Caught by Lewis at the 26. He's up the sideline. He's got some room. The big man is rumbling out near the 50-yard line. Number 80, and a flag flies in late. All sorts of. That's number 88, Emmanuel Lewis, who started as a receiver last year. He's moved over to the defensive side this year. He's on the defensive depth chart. He's listed as a wideout on the roster, but a personal foul called. So that'll tack on some extra yardage for the Flashes and give them a positive yardage, or start this drive, I should say, in Roncalli territory. Our guy Brian Woodruff, the Earl of Canton, Ohio, checking in tonight from his digs in Greenwood. Bill Niezgotsky, the Roncalli girls lacrosse coach, the guy who helped get that program started, checking in. So the penalty on the personal foul tacked on to the end of the return takes it all the way down to the Roncalli 39. So good spot for the Flashes here, trying to get a score before halftime. Franklin Central deferred, won the toss, so they're going to get the ball to start the second half. Atavion Jordan with the carry, and he lowers his shoulder. He's cut down at the line of scrimmage by Skyler Phillips, able to vault his way forward, though, still for a couple. Boy, he is a banging runner, Jordan, number 22 on your screen. He's only a junior, too. He's got quite the upside. 5'10", 215, you mentioned, Dan. It's taken, Roncalli has not been able to tackle him so far tonight with one guy.
He's got great leg drive.
2nd down and 7. Badgerow looks, chopping the feet, hit as he throws, and he gets the completion away. It's caught right at the sticks by Deontay Stevenson, number 1, but it looks like they spot him a yard short. He needed the 29, and the ball's at the 30. So 3rd down and 1. Inside 3 minutes to go, 2:50 to go here in the first half. Roncalli leads 27-6. Franklin Central trying to trim the deficit here before halftime. Badgerow gives to Josh Ruley, who's back in the game, and he's gang tackled, but not before getting inside the 29, which is all he needed to reset the down box. Sean Sinovic on the stop. 2:30 to go here in the first half, 27-6. Franklin Central slowing the pace a little bit, looking to the sideline for the play call. Nick Eversole is the new head coach, the interim head coach, taking over the summertime after Grant Lewis resigned to become the girls' athletic director at Franklin Central. Pass is knocked in the air and almost picked off. Intended for Deontay Stevenson. 3 red shirts in the area there. Skyler Phillips was there, Ryan Henry was there, and I think Dom Brown was there as well. So 2nd down and 10, that stops the clock. Franklin Central does have 2 timeouts left. Ball's on the Roncalli 27. The give to number 26. That's the first time we've seen him tonight. That's Jeremiah Smith on the carry. He picks up a couple before he's dragged down by big Luke Swartz.
Swartz had him by the ankle. That's it.
He did.
But would not let go.
He did. Jeremiah Smith, his first carry of the night. Number 26 on your screen. He's a sophomore. He picked up 3. 3rd and 7 at the 24 for Franklin Central. Badgerow drops, looks right, throws that way, and the pass is in and out of the hands of Stevenson at the 12-yard line. Hit him on the shoulder pad. Ryan Papandria was in coverage, and Ryan did not get up.
He's got a cramp going on.
Stevenson, number 1, the intended receiver, I may got Dominic Brown, rather, that was in coverage.
It was, yeah.
Went down right on the Roncalli sideline, able to get himself back up, and that, his body language suggests cramp. So 4th and 7 down, 3 scores. Franklin Central forced to go for it here with 90 seconds to go in the half. Badgerow looks right, throws right, overthrown, and it's incomplete. It hit the hand of Stevenson. Andrew Ball, the sophomore, number 17, was sitting on that pass playing center field, and he might have had a pick if that ball was not deflected. But after 1 first down on the drive, the Flashes turn it over on downs. Roncalli gets it back with 1:24 to go, and the ball on its own 24. Now,
Badgerow's got to be asking some questions on the sideline there, though, because, I mean, there were 2 plays, there were 3 passes that hit receivers' hands that should have been caught. If I'm him, I'm kind of saying, dudes, help me out here. We can score.
Here's the
Only
question.
if I'm him, Bob.
Now, you've got 3 timeouts left. Do you try and move it down the field?
Yes.
Or do you just take the 3-score lead?
No, you move it down the field.
Especially since Franklin Central is going to get the ball to start the second half.
No question.
Leffler, give to Hueler. Barron accelerates into the secondary, runs into the back judge, and that's the only thing that kept him from getting to midfield. He's tackled at the 41, at the 39. He ran right into the back pocket of the back judge, or the umpire, excuse me.
Well, and then he helped him up.
Yeah, and then he helped him up.
He helped him. The umpire helped him up.
Gina Saylor checking in from Martinsville tonight. Mom of Justin Saylor, one of the great Roncalli DBs. John Curran's checking in, watching with the St. Jude 56ers. Paige Saylor, one of the great point guards in Roncalli history. Still doing her thing at Illinois State. 1st and 10 at the 39. 1:10 to go in the first half. Roncalli trying to get one more score here before halftime. Give again to Hueler. Barron runs right at the back of his offensive line, able to surge near the 45. Roncalli has timeouts to burn. Kevin Bonich is calling the offense from upstairs. Pickup of 5. Dave Burton, the quarterback's coach, is down there in the yellow hat signaling in the plays. Clock rolls, 45 seconds to go. Hueler vaults his way to the 50. He's got a first down before he's taken down, and now I think they may use a timeout. Clock stops temporarily for the first down. Now the clock's rolling. Baron Hueler, 21 carries for 156 in the first half. Inside 30 seconds. Ball right at midfield. 25 seconds to go. Leffler rolls right, plants, throws down the middle, and it's short hopped.
Oh, short.
Oh, Gabe Horn was open at the 23-yard line, and he had room to move, but the ball was just a shade underthrown.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, boy.
Tell you what, Luke Scartweet on his left tackle spot there sent that defensive end for a ride.
Yes.
Nice to see a young man like that step up and punish a defensive end.
Well, we saw Patrick Meek, the junior tackle, had to come off the field. I think he had a helmet issue, so Drew Klaus is in on the line. 2nd and 10 from the 50. 17 seconds to go. Hueler cuts outside. Hueler's got a first down. He's down the sideline and ducks out of bounds at the 25. Call it the 26. Now with 10 seconds to go, you might be able to hit a quick pass and get to field goal range here.
Yeah. Or the way Hueler's running, you might just hand it to him and let him carry it.
Well, you've got all 3 timeouts remaining. Oh, we did call one, yes. We did call one. Yes, so you got 2 left. So 2 left. 1st and 10 at the 26. 10 seconds to go. Leffler rolls, plants, throws toward the end zone, has a man. It's Troxell. It's broken up. Nice play. Troxell was open halfway deep into the end zone, but it's broken up by Rory Vaughn, number 11. Nice play. Troxell had some separation there in the back of the end zone, but Vaughn made a nice
left
play.
On the clock, so there's time for one more deep heave like that.
Yep. Well, Roncalli calls time. We're just past the top of the hour, so we'll stay right here. 3 seconds to go. Let's go ahead and take a station identification. Quickly reminding you, you're listening to Roncalli Football on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Right hash, no win to speak of. Luke hit his only field goal attempt last year. That was in the sectional game with Frankfurt in the opener. Caden Gore is the holder. And Franklin Central wants time to put a little ice on it. And I believe, let's confirm this when Roncalli goes back to set up, but I believe that Tommy Brownfield is the long snapper here, but we'll confirm that when we come out. Tonight's game is brought to you by Jockish Flowers, rooted in Southside Indianapolis. Jockish Flowers is a household name among the community and local businesses alike. Family owned and operated, Jockish Flowers delivers quality through customer satisfaction, consistently stunning displays, baskets, and stonework. Call Jockish at 784-1614. Our guy, Chris Jockish. Well, our guy, Aaron Kroll, head man of the Roncalli baseball program, owner of a 2016 state championship ring, watching his guys. He's got baseball guys all over this field tonight, Dan. Cole Beckman, John Troxell, Dominic Brown.
Yep. Ron Carr usually officiating
Johnny
another
Rader.
game. Got canceled today. He's on my account correcting some of my thoughts.
So,
like I need an official.
Luke Russell will try this 43-yarder on what will be the last possession, or the last play of the first half. Good snap. Low, twisty kick, plenty of leg, and he got it!
Got it.
Wow. Luke Russell with a sidewinder from 43 yards out to end the half. So Roncalli, after a bad snap, gave Franklin Central a 1-yard field, and the Flashes capitalized. Roncalli lead into the halftime break. Stay tuned. We'll step out for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have all the particulars on tonight's Indiana Members Credit Union halftime show. Stay tuned on the Ascension St. Vincent.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter.
Indiana Members Credit Union halftime show. Roncalli leads this ball game 30-6 at the half over Franklin Central. Let's take a look at how the first half unfolded. Roncalli went 3 and out on its first possession of the game, but then a bad snap sailed over the head of punter Cole Beckman. He had to down the ball at the 1-yard line. Then Franklin Central scored 2 plays later. Josh Ruley took it in from 1 yard out. Extra point was missed, but that made it 6-0 Franklin Central. But from that point on, Roncalli had 6 possessions to close out the half and scored on 5 of them. Baron Hueler scoring on runs of 8, 3, and 48. There was a bad snap on the second touchdown, which made the score 20-6. And then on a short field, Aidan Leffler capitalized and capped a 24-yard drive with a 4-yard run. And then Luke Russell with a career-long 43-yard field goal on the final play of the half settles up the score at 30-6. Roncalli also forced 3 first-half turnovers, interceptions by Tyson Garrett and Ryan Papandria, coming in front of a kickoff fumble that was forced loose on a hit by Lucas Erickson and covered up by senior defensive back Greg Kirkman. So a great, very solid first half, guys. Let's talk first about what you saw from the offense and what the offensive line was able to do. Certainly Baron Hueler credit for running for 150 yards plus in that first half, but what did you see from Hueler and the offensive line?
Well, I liked what I saw. I mean, I know Hueler's running like a bulldozer, so I'd love to credit the offensive lineman on that. But when your running back's running like that, it's easy to look good as an offensive group. But although before we talk too much about the offense, Rob, we've done this a lot of years, and almost every game we talk to, whether it's the beginning of the year, the end of the year, state championship, or a practice game, we always talk about turnovers being key. And honestly, this game, if you take away those 3 turnovers, is a very close ball game. When Garrett had the interception, after both teams scored, Franklin Central was driving and getting ready to score again. And then he gets that interception, and it turns the tide. Roncalli comes down, scores. Then we didn't score then. And then we get the second interception, and then the tide kind of turned. But the interceptions and that kickoff fumble that Roncalli, those turnovers gave Roncalli that momentum that started the landslide. And it's too bad if you're the coaching staff for Franklin Central, it's going to be hard to convince your boys that, guys, we're in this game because they're playing well outside of those turnovers. You take those turnovers away, and I think we've got a neck-to-neck game.
Yeah, I was going to make the same point. I'm going to say the yardage is not nearly as lopsided as the score. They have moved the football.
Yeah.
The 3 turnovers is definitely the difference in the game. And talking to the defensive back coach, Brian Lauk, before the game, he said he really likes his secondary, and he says he thinks he has a secondary that can score on a defensive pick 6 at any given week. So they've definitely been the difference in the game so far. And a lot of that has to do with the pressure up front from the defensive line as well.
So a strong start for Roncalli to open up its season, a 30-6 lead here at the break. Let's take a break. We'll step out for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have more on our Indiana Members Credit Union halftime show from the stadium coming up next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you on the Indiana Members Credit Union halftime show. Let's take a look at some first half numbers. Those of you watching along with us, you see those up on your screen. Roncalli with 178 rushing yards to 57, almost all of those coming from Baron Hueler. Time of possessions, 14:32 to 9:28. Penalties about even, but boy, you guys both talked about it in that first segment. The biggest number, the most significant number on that screen right now is the number at the bottom, the turnover count, 3-0, and Roncalli has capitalized.
Yeah, for sure, and that's even. We say technically we didn't have a turnover, but we gave them the ball on the 1 yard line. It's
good point. Yes, that's true.
And that's their only score. And I got to be honest, it feels pretty good to be on the right side of a lopsided game early in the year.
Well, yeah, when you consider that Roncalli has started each of the last 2 seasons 0-4, that's a great point. This is. Historically, at least the last 2 years with this particular group, it's taken 3 or 4 games to kind of get their legs underneath them. But what sorts of things can you expect from what can Roncalli do defensively here in this second half, knowing that Franklin Central is going to have to get one-dimensional?
Well, I don't know that they'll totally get one-dimensional yet because I like their running backs. I think their running backs. Yeah, I think the running backs are doing a pretty good job because the receivers aren't catching the ball when the quarterback puts it there. Their quarterback's inexperienced. I don't think you put the game in his hands. I think you wait. You go ahead and get your running backs going. You try to get the game back. You're not going to get all those points back in one. So you got to convince your kids, let's do it one at a time. Now we have to stop turning the ball over. We got to start creating turnovers. And then when we get those turnovers, we got to put it in the end zone. That's how we'll catch up to them. It won't be in the first part of the third quarter. It'll be by the end of the game.
And at some point, if they do get to that where they have to put the ball in the air, they have no other choice. I mean, you can expect Roncalli to pin their ears, and they'll be chomping at the bit in the defensive backfield to get another pick.
Baron Hueler officially in that first half, 22 carries, 180 yards, 3 touchdowns, a long of 48. For Franklin Central, we mentioned Josh Ruley and Octavian Jordan. They both ran for 100 yards plus. They combined for 259 against Perry Meridian. They have 45 on 13 carries tonight, and neither of them have a run longer than 9 yards.
When you talk about, what do you talk about and what do you do differently? I think the one thing, obviously, we've kind of talked about what's Franklin Central do to get back in this game. The other thing Roncalli's got to do and be careful about when you're in the locker room, your boys know what the score is. They can come out and totally kind of let their guard down a little bit and let Franklin Central get back in it. So, one thing, and you always hear the old adage, it's 0-0, boys. Now it's another thing to convince the kids that it's actually 0-0 and get them to play like it is. But I think these first couple series will be important for those coaches to really get on the kids if they come out a little lighthearted.
I have full confidence in Coach Rodenberg at halftime to get the correct message to his kids.
And that's a great thing. That's a great way to end it. We'll go ahead and take a break, our second and final break here in the Indiana Credit Union halftime show. Roncalli leads 30-6 over Franklin Central at the stadium. We'll be back after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag, on two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
Work out every day. COVID won't kill
I'm
me.
24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill
It's
me.
been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill
I don't
me.
need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today. Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning. Like you, I'm a parent, and we're all working hard to help protect our families. One important thing is to make sure our kids see their doctor for checkups where they'll get their shots. Pediatric offices and Ascension facilities are taking lots of safety precautions, and appointments are available. Talk to your child's pediatrician to schedule.
For the Roncalli goal. Boys soccer team will be here against Perry Meridian tomorrow at 4:30. You want to check that out. Girls soccer team got a huge win on Wednesday night, 2-0 on the road at number 6 2A Cathedral.
Wow.
Goals from Sophia Sarin and Jamie Mann. Girls team's hosting Franklin tomorrow here at the stadium at 1:30. Boys tennis losing their two matches this week, 3-2 to Perry on Wednesday. Tyler Schofield and Ty Ransburg winning their singles matches, and then losing 3-2 to Covenant Christian last night. Schofield and Callum Kogel winning their singles matches. They'll be in action again on Monday night at home against Brebeuf Jesuit. And then finally, the cross-country teams, both going up to Pendleton on Wednesday night. That's a long trip up there, but two strong fifth-place finishes for the boys and girls team. John Luke Uzen was the top boys finisher in 9th. Lauren Turk led the girls team with an 11th-place finish. Boys will be at Danville Invite tomorrow. Girls, both teams will be in action again next week on Wednesday with a huge dual meet against Southport just down the street on Southport's home course, which is at Clinton Young Elementary, just literally about 800 yards from where we're currently standing. That's our fall sports update. As we inch toward the start of the second half, Franklin Central won the toss and deferred, so the Flashes will have the football to start the second half. While we have a moment, we want to throw a few more shout-outs. I'm enjoying the shout-outs, Dan.
I am too.
I'm enjoying the shout-outs. We have the Kegris crew down in Franklin checking in. Appreciate them being alongside us tonight. The Toners checking in as well, Dave and Angie, as well as their son Cole. Roncalli football great Cole Toner checking in. He's watching in California tonight.
Nice.
And we want to say a special thanks to Dave and Angie Toner. Tonight, Dan, I don't know if you knew this or not, tonight is the 800th broadcast for the Rebel Media Network, which originated all the way back in August of 2007. You were a part of it from the very beginning. That very first broadcast.
I haven't done 800 broadcasts like you probably have.
I've done north of 700 of the 8,
Yeah.
but you were there for the first one.
I was.
A home football game against Center Grove in, I believe the date was October 17th, 2007. Matt Taylor, the voice of the Colts, our good friend, was on the call. You were alongside. Jeff Taylor was on stats, no doubt, sweating through 3 beach towels.
Yeah.
And Dave Toner and Gary Armbruster. Gary Armbruster in the advancement office, so key in getting that Rebel Media Network off the ground, as it was called then. His wife, Darla, the technical advisor that got all the equipment lined up and got us rolling. And Dave Toner, the athletic director at the time, he was really key in helping get it going and promoting it. So we want to thank all of the people that were involved on the ground floor to get this going. And who would have thought that we'd still be going strong 14 years later, 800 broadcasts later, and we're still just rolling like a big old train down the hill, and looking forward to the next 800. You and I might not even be involved for all the next 800,
No,
but we're involved tonight for 800,
Yes, we are.
number 800, and we appreciate you being with us as well. You got some people checking in with you?
I've got some people checking in with me. My man Frank Mascari is
nice.
checking in. I have to, and he says he's got the best seat in the house watching this thing. But I probably have to put him as the number one Beech Grove guy. I'm going to drop down, and Looney drops down to 3. So,
you got to pay respect.
He deserves number one way more than I do.
You got to pay respect. And if you know the layout here at Roncalli Stadium, due to the Marion County Health Department restrictions, there's a cap on the attendance. It's 25% or 1,000 people. I think with the stadium capacity here under 3,600, that works out to be about 890, 900 or so. There's a ticket allocation that certainly goes to the visitors. I think Franklin Central got about 250 tickets. That leaves about 600 and change for the Roncalli community. So if you're familiar with the layout here at the stadium, at the west end is St. Jude Grade School, and there's a blue fence, a blue covering on the fence that separates the back end of the stadium just about 20 yards beyond the back of the end zone to our west that covers up the view. But there's a section of the fence that is not covered up with a blue tarp. And if you were here earlier in the week, along the fence line on the St. Jude side, there were weeds about chest high. And some enterprising people have cut those weeds down to the ground level, and so now you can actually sit in the St. Jude Pavilion and look right through the slot.
Created their own seats.
Don't need a ticket, and you can look right into the stadium. So some very ingenious St. Juders finding a way to watch here.
I have to mention when I'm talking about all these Beech Grove people. My mom and dad are listening, of course, to all the games as they always do. And
absolutely.
I've got a nephew that plays at Beech Grove, so they've got two focuses tonight, but they keep an eye on Roncalli and on Beech Grove.
And Beech Grove at Cascade tonight, I saw a picture of the turf. They've got the turf down at Beech Grove. They've got the Hornet logo at midfield. They got that down, I think, yesterday. Did you see the picture of it?
I haven't seen a picture of it, no.
I'll see if it looks spectacular.
Well, they're playing at 13th Street, which is where I grew up
Old
playing
school,
like
baby.
second grade
13th
football.
and Main.
Yes. They're playing
13th and
high
Main.
school football there. And it's like,
that is old school. So Roncalli kicking off to start this second half. Kicking toward the east end zone here is Luke Russell. Breeze starting to pick up, temperature dropping a little bit, which we welcome. And Russell hits a high twister. The Stevenson, number 1, takes it his own 5-yard line near sideline. Angling back toward the middle of the field. Rebels force him that way. Luke Erickson missed on the whiff, but held him up enough to get him brought down inside the 20. Johnny Rader was there, as was Erickson back in on the play. So Franklin Central takes over. Dan, I know you're not a Twitter guy, but Coco, the rescue dog, has her own Twitter account. One of my favorite canine follows on Twitter, and Coco checking in, listening poolside tonight.
Nice.
Go Rebels, says Coco. Appreciate that.
Strong.
That is strong. And our guy Matt Taylor checking in. Watching us and the Reds. No doubt this game is making him more happy, I hope. Although the Reds may be doing well tonight. They did win 2 last night. Back to football. Here we go. Start the second half. Badgero leads the Flashes out. 1st and 10 at the 16.
Who's calling the Reds games these days?
Jim Day is taking over the play-by-play on the TV side alongside Chris Welsh. And Franklin Central had to burn a timeout on the opening possession. Wow.
Oh, my.
Oh, my is right. We'll go ahead and stay here. As we're just in to start the second half. So while we're here, let's take a second to remind you, tonight's game brought to us by Marion University, who asks, what are you made of? Find out now by filling out an application. It's free and takes less than 15 minutes. Visit them at Marion. The highest quality comprehensive bone, joint, spine, and muscle care to patients throughout the Midwest, the United States, and around the world. From diagnosis through recovery, their team is ready to get you back in the action. Choose OrthoIndy to be your official orthopedic provider. So Franklin Central uses one of its 3 allotted second half timeouts just 16 seconds in. Now we're set to go. Ball spotted near hash. 2 receivers either side. Roncalli has 2 interceptions tonight with a +3 advantage so far in the takeaway category. Badgerow takes the snap, gives to Rulli on the delay around left tackle. He lowers the head and bangs his way out across the 20, the 22. Good hard running by Josh Rulli. Brady New on the stop, number 41. Pickup of 6. Just informed the Reds are up 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. That's good news. 2nd and 4 at the 22. Give to Josh Rulli. He stood up at the line of scrimmage and driven back. That might be the first tackle for loss tonight by the Roncalli defense. Luke Swartz in on the stop.
Getting a lot of mention by those two guys up front.
Yeah.
So far.
A couple of sophomores there, New and Schwartz, although Schwartz was a starter from week 4 on last year. 3rd down and 5 at the 21. Badgerow drops, looks left, throws, has a man, and it's almost picked off. Oh! Ryan Papandria almost had an interception. He slipped, and it short-hopped him. If he stays on his feet, he probably has a second interception of the night, intended for Deontay Stevenson. So the Flashes go 3 and out and set to punt it away for the second time tonight. Ben Massey is the punter. He goes back inside his 10. Dominic Brown, who had a good return in his only attempt in the first half, stands inside his own 45. So the Roncalli defense gets a 3 and out to start the second half. Good snap. Not much rush and a low line drive kick that barely gets above the lineman. And it rolls to a stop at the 46 of Franklin Central. So a low kick, no return. We'll go ahead and keep it here. 10:34 to go in the third quarter. Roncalli's first possession. Boy, field position, you talk about that tonight. The last 5 Roncalli possessions have begun in plus territory. This one beginning at the Franklin Central 46. Our guy Matt Susmichael checking in from Big Blue Nation tonight. Hope he is well down in Lexington. Our guy Suze. 1st and 10. Again to Hueler on the delay, and not a lot there. Franklin Central closed up the hole up the middle, and Barron disappeared and reappeared at the bottom of the pile after a pickup of about 3. 2nd down and 7.
We should probably let Suze
Jinx
know
on the
that
stop.
his dad was sporting the Kentucky mask before pregame.
Absolutely. Walked into the press box wearing his Kentucky mask, having an equipment issue down on the Franklin Central side. Joe and Jeannie Bonich checking in. Well, you talk about the Roncalli Rebel Media Network. Joe Bonich back in the day was one of the original diehards. And he wants the offensive coordinator, a.k.a. his son, to call the hook and ladder. I'm not sure you call that up 30-6, but we'll see. Swing pass out in the flat to Horn, and he's tossed down, driven back for a loss. That was sniffed out quickly by Joe Herman. That's a loss of 4. Back to the 47, 3rd down and 11. Leffler drops, looks, throws, in traffic, it's caught, and is it caught or hung on to? No, incomplete.
Hold on.
Intended for Michael Gallagher in the middle of the field. He would have been tackled well short of the line to gain, but it was knocked loose. So the pass is incomplete, goes back to the 47. Beckman out to punt it away for the 3rd time tonight. And Beckman is number 2, back at his own 40, and Deontay Stevenson, number 1. Back inside his own 10. Good snap, no rush. Cole takes his time and able to get off a good kick. Stevenson watches it take a hop, and now he picks it up on the near sideline. That's a dangerous play. And Johnny Rader close to tackling him when he's out of bounds.
Yeah,
but the risky play by Stevenson. And Franklin Central takes over at its own 14 with 9:13 to go here in the third quarter. And Roncalli up 30-6. And a couple other people checking in alongside Father Tim over at St. Mark, Mary Schaefer and Sam Casiro, a couple of Roncalli students watching over at St. Mark. McGill's checking in from Greenwood. In motion, nice handoff across the formation to Crawford. He's got a nice run around in, nearing the line to gain. That's a nice play. They put the wide receiver Crawford in motion across the formation, and they handed it to him on the shotgun snap and the handoff on the short side. He's tackled by Johnny Rader, but not after a really nice run by Crawford and a first down. Just the 7th first down of the night for the Flashes. That's a give to Jordan, and he's tackled right at the line of scrimmage. First time the Rebels have been able to bring him down on a solo tackle, and it's the veteran senior Sean Sinovic.
Well, Luke
Swartz. I beg your pardon.
He got up and was flexing some muscles for the sideline.
Yeah, that was Swartz.
There.
Beg your pardon. That was Swartz that made the initial stop. Pickup of 2. But Swartz with a nice play as Jordan has moved the piles tonight for Franklin Central. Badgerow drops the throw on 2nd and 8. Over the middle, and almost picked off. Ryan Henry jumped the route, and he had it in and out of his hands. Stepped right in front of Dennis Crawford, the intended receiver, number 6. My, oh, my. Cassie McGill, Roncalli teacher, checking in from Center Grove tonight. Good to hear her, that she's watching. 3rd down and 9 from the 26 of Franklin Central. Rebels lead 30-6. 2 receivers short side, 2 receivers wide side. Badgerow drops. Rebels rush 3.
Oh, all alone.
Screen pass to Ruley. He's got room to run. He's got a first down. He vaults across the 40, but there's a flag down right where the catch was made, and Ruley made his cut up field at the 31. Let's see.
Well, Tyson Garrett was coming from the inside linebacker spot, and there was a lineman holding him and almost tackling him. And that's who the call's going to go against.
No one is reacting as though this is actually a first down, and it is a hold.
Very obvious call right there.
So
Franklin
Franklin Central needs to run that. We'll have to run that 3rd down play again.
I think the only question was why it took so long to get the flag out of his pocket.
It gets stuck from time to time. Our guy Bob Sues used to work those sidelines. He's told us that on many occasions. Just because it gets stuck doesn't mean you don't have intent. And still some discussion going on. It's a spot discussion. Well, we should mention, Dan, as they walk this penalty off, our guy Rick Diaz is now in charge of the chain crew. We are changing the guard down with the change crew and our chain crew, and our guy Rick Diaz is down there. And Rick's wife, Jane, checking in. She's listening. And we also want to say we hope all Rick's relatives down in Louisiana are safe.
Yes, for
with
sure.
That Hurricane Laura that came through. We got report that they're all in good shape down here in Cajun country. Glad to hear it. 3rd down and 15 after the penalty from the 20. Badgerow steps up. Rebels apply pressure. Badgerow throws. And a diving catch by Stevenson near the line to gain. He did not make the catch in bounds. He did collect it.
Yeah.
But he was not in bounds. So incomplete pass, and Franklin Central has to punt it away. That was Stevenson, number 1, the intended receiver. And Franklin Central has to punt it away for the 2nd time in as many possessions here in this 2nd half. 8:01 left in the 3rd. Roncalli leads 30-6. Ruley had a low kick that barely cleared the line of scrimmage from a height standpoint in his last effort. Make that Massey, beg your pardon. High snap, no Rebel rush. High kick. That's Ryan Henry back there, number 12, to take it at his own 43. He's got some room to run up the sideline. He breaks a tackle, has a block, cuts back outside, still on his feet, and he's finished off at the 36. That's the 2nd nice punt return of the night by Roncalli. A nice one in the first half by Dominic Brown, and that one there by Ryan Henry. A couple of seniors making plays. 7:46 to go here in the 3rd. 1st and 10 at the 36 of Franklin Central. 29-yard return. That's a long punt return.
And he did that all himself. I mean, he didn't have any blockers in front of him. He did. He put on some speed, then made a nice cut. Broke some tackles.
Both Andy Clayton and John Wardzala checking in tonight. Two guys that took up residence right under our booth for home games last year. Enjoyed having them with us last year in person. Glad they're alongside tonight, watching and listening. Leffler rolls on 1st and 10, plants and throws a high lobber down near the goal line. It's picked off. Boy, Leffler was hit too as he threw it, and he's slow to get up back at the 45. And he is wobbling his way to the sideline. It's picked off by Ben Massey at the 9-yard line. Number 21, Ben Massey on the interception. Now Leffler's able to get himself to the sideline. I'm not sure what that play was, Dan.
Not good, yeah. That was it's a play-action play that I think they were trying to fool Franklin Central to get some offensive going and maybe get a quick 6 points out of it. And the defensive end came without being touched and planted our quarterback on the ground, which caused the ball to flutter, and there was good defensive back play. So,
give to Rulli on 1st and 10, up the right hash, able to work his way out near the 15. See some new faces out there. Anthony Soupy, the junior, number 56, is in on the defensive line. Rulli picked up 5, caught 4, beg your pardon, 2nd and 6 from the 13. 2nd down and 6. Badgerow looks left, throws left, and the pass is wide of the mark to the near sideline. Intended for number 7, Sam Toe. Incomplete, 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 6. Well, we mentioned Anthony Soupy is in, giving Tommy Brownfield a break. Everybody else out there for Roncalli still the usual suspects, although the sophomore Andrew Ball, number 17, is in at safety on 3rd and 6. Badgerow looks right, throws right, has a man caught beyond the sticks for a 1st down, steps out of bounds. That's Brian Marshall at the 21. That's enough to move the chains. Pickup of 8, they needed 6. Marshall's 2nd catch of the night. 1st and 10 at the 21. First and 10 at the 21 for Franklin Central. Roncalli leads 30-6. 7:05 to go, 3rd quarter. Delayed give to Tavion Jordan. He rumbles up the right side. He's got a 1st down, and he steamrolls Andrew Ball in the process out near the 35. Oh, my. Wow.
That's a couple times where it looks like he could make a move and walk around somebody, but instead he chooses to run over.
He's not going around anybody.
No, that's on purpose.
Give the Jordan again. This time he tries left tackle. This time he's got room again, and he's knocked out of bounds out near the 50-yard line, or did he step out before that? Greg Kirkman pushed him out. Jordan ran past the sticks, but did he step out before he got there? No, we've got a hold. I didn't see the flag, did you?
No, I didn't either.
So I'm not sure where that flag was thrown.
Well, it's right down there at the 1st down marker.
Oh, right at the first. Okay, now I see it as both teams back up. Yeah, that ball, the flag was almost 10 yards downfield.
Yeah.
Near the line to gain, which was the Franklin Central 43. Penalty. Yep, penalty takes it back to the 34 of Franklin Central. Remains 1st down. So it goes from the spot. So it's 1st and 10 as if that play never happened. Josh Rulli in at tailback in the 2 tailback system. He tries left tackle. Able to work his way out to the 40. Pickup of 6, call it, out to the 40. 2nd down and 4. Some new faces coming on for the Roncalli defense. Joey Hayse, number 45, is in the middle linebacker, giving Tyson Garrett a breather. Second and 4. Badgerow throws left, quick screen out to Stevenson. He's got a 1st down catch, runs just past the sticks, catches it before he's knocked out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds over there by Michael Hegwood, but a first down by Stevenson. Daniel O'Connor in there at a linebacker spot. Good to see him in there. He's been banged up a little bit in the last couple weeks. So Daniel knocks Stevenson out of bounds.
I think O'Connor was the one.
The ball's out. The ball's out, and it's recovered by Roncalli. It went right to Owen Volk. The exchange from Jordan, or from the quarterback Badger to Jordan, was never completed, and Volk fell right on it. That's the fourth takeaway of the night for Roncalli. 6:03 to go here in the third. First and 10. First and 10 at the 44. Franklin Central 44. Aiden Leffler back out there at quarterback. That's good to see after he was hit hard on that interception. Leffler turns, gives to Hueler. Barron picks up a couple. I'm assuming Barron is now over 190 yards. 183 is his career high. He had 180 at halftime. 185, so a new career high. He had 183 last year in the sectional semi against Crispus Attucks. 2nd and 8. Leffler on the fake, keeps it right up the right hash. He lowers the shoulder and barges his way inside the 30. Boy, that was not the run of a guy who's banged up.
No, that looked good.
Logan Ball on the stop, but not before Leffler picks up the first down. No, take that back at the penalty flag at the 40. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Well, while they march this off, let's go down to Steve and see what he's picked up from the Roncalli sidelines in terms of how the coaches are going to play out this final quarter and a half.
Well, it looks like they're getting some fresh bodies in there on defense, which I think is a good thing. The last thing you want to do is a 30-6 football game, so I think you'll see them worked in a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball too, with the as long as the score remains as it is.
2nd and 16 after the penalty. They give to Leffler, or the snap to Leffler rather, quarterback run, and he works his way slowly up the right hash, getting back a big chunk of the penalty yards. 6 to be exact, so it's 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10. Now the Trailer girls, Mrs. Maley, Ms. Ellis, chaperoning our viewing party going on right behind us. Shout out to all those people out in the parking lot, students out in the parking lot watching the game. Give to Hueler around right side. Had to get 10, he got about 6. Roncalli content to let the clock roll. 4:28 to go. Caden Gore limping a little bit. He was in the game as a wideout. Now he's kind of limping to the sideline. He's moving like a guy with cramps. 4th down and 5. And Roncalli has the offense still on the field as if they're going to go for it. Let's see here. Ball's at the 39. Play clock is rolling down to 12. And now they're sending the punt team on in a fire drill type scenario. 4 seconds on the play clock.
I don't think they have enough men.
I don't think they're going to get it off. They won't. Timeout called. Roncalli has to take a timeout. We've got breaks to take, so we'll go ahead and take one as well. 3:53 to go here in the third quarter. Roncalli leads Franklin Central on the Beck Service Center scoreboard 30-6. We'll step out in 30 seconds. Be right back.
Medicine Group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things.
Visit us today across from the Greenwood Park Mall or at 7911 US 31 South, just north of Stop 11. Now back to Roncalli football on CBS Sports 1430.
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer, Steve Wilson back with you at Roncalli Stadium. Caden Gord getting a cramp worked on down there on his left leg below us on the Roncalli bench. Cole Beckman out there to punt it away for Roncalli. 4th punt of the night for Cole. Number 2, Beckman. Deontay Stevenson, number 1, back inside his own 10 for Franklin Central. High snap, Beckman up to get it. Angled punt to the right corner. And Stevenson comes up. Did he fair catch? The ball is out, and then the flag in. Well, the ball was recovered at the 12-yard line. And now
they ran into him, though. They've got to give him room to catch it.
Rebels are slow to get up, and then that's number 37, Devondre Arisman, who's slow to get up for Franklin Central. Needs some attention from the training staff. And I think it's going to be catch interference, yes, on Roncalli. Boy, there's a physical ball game going on right now up at Bishop Chatard as the Trojans, I shouldn't say the Trojans because they're both the Trojans. Bishop Chatard leads East Central 7-0 after 3.
Whoa.
And East Central has the ball to start the 4th quarter. I believe New Pal was only up 7-0 on Brebeuf at halftime.
It's impressive.
Center Grove leads Warren 17-0 after 3. Avon all over Ben Davis 34-6 after 3. (14-8) New Pal over Brebeuf with 2:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. Brebeuf just scores a touchdown to make it 14-8.
Brebeuf had a late coaching change that you would
They
thought
did.
would kind of throw him into a loop or a tizzy. But
1st and 10 at the 28 for Franklin Central after the penalty by Roncalli on the punt return. 3-yard pickup by Josh Ruley on the first down run. 2nd down and 7. Second down and 7. Badgerow tries the far sideline, and Marshall, the intended receiver, it was over his head. Dominic Brown gave him a pop after the ball sailed over his head, and a flag flew in immediately. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I don't agree with that. He hit him, but I mean, I thought it was a good time to hit. If the ball went over his head.
Yeah, Marshall's a big target at 6'3", and it sailed about 3 feet over his head.
But as a defensive back, I mean, you've got to have a little bit of, you don't know that the ball's that far over his head on that kind of pass. So I don't agree with that call. But
first down on the penalty. I think just off the top of my head, that's at least the 3rd time Franklin Central has gotten a first down off of a Roncalli defensive penalty. No score so far here in the 3rd quarter. Our score is what it was at halftime. Roncalli 30, Franklin Central 6. 1st and 10 for the Flashes at the 46, their own 46. Jordan with a rumbling run up the middle out near the 45 of Roncalli, close to the line to gain. Running hard, Atavion Jordan. Ryan Henry stopped him about a half-yard shy of the line to gain. Now Jordan limping to the sideline, number 22 on your screen. He has been a handful for the Rebels. He hasn't put up big rushing yardage numbers, but they've been punishing yards for sure. Second, got 48 yards total. Give to Ruley on the delay around left end. He's able to get the yard he needed plus another 5 to move the chains down to the 41 of Roncalli. Give him a pickup of 4. 1st and 10 at the Roncalli 41. We talked about Father Tim Wichaskala hosting a watch party at the St. Mark Rectory. I'm sure socially distanced and responsibly, but
of course.
Joe Paul and Jake Kolasek, all Roncalli class of 06ers, also watching. And almost picked off. It was tipped and then caught inside the 30-yard line. Nice circus catch by number 19, Xavier Davenport. And a first down. Nice catch. Davenport went up in a triple team. I thought the intermediate defender got a hand on it, but instead it was caught by Davenport in a nice play. First and 10, Franklin Central driving. First significant drive for either team here in this second half. Roncalli leads 30-6. Around end, that's Smith. Jeremiah Smith, number 26, tries the left side for a couple yards. Owen Volk on the tackle, pickup of 3. Dominic Brown came up to help him out. Inside 90 seconds to go, third quarter. Badgero sends Crawford in motion, and there might have been some motion on the line. There was. They ran that play earlier where Crawford came from the other side, came from the short side to the wide side, took a handoff, and had a nice run. They put him in motion that time to the short side, but the offensive line jumped, back him up 5. Second down and 12 at the Roncalli 28. Flash is trying to get a score here before the quarter runs out. Badgero, quick throw to the right side behind his intended target at the 21. That was Stevenson. And he's slow to get up. Well, Roncalli was a week late starting its season, Dan, but you can set your watch by it. It's so humid, typically in these week 1, week 2 games. I don't care how fit you are, you see guys cramp.
Oh, there's no question.
In the second half.
And Volk's out there stretching them out right now.
Yes.
Good opponent. Good sportsmanship there.
Well, Stevenson getting some attention from the Franklin Central coaching staff. Let's go down. Steve Wilson is down in that inside that Roncalli red zone, seeing what the defense can put together here on 3rd and 12. Steve, what do you got?
Well, I'd be happy if they end up putting this ball in the end zone. But he's got 3 or 4 non-starters out there getting a sniff, and he has high expectations for anybody in the 2 deep. So we'll see if Roncalli can get a stop. FC's moving the ball a little bit, so we'll see what happens.
So 3rd down and 12 at the 28. Stevenson now to his feet. He'll get a nice round of applause. You know, we mentioned that the capacity here is 25% of the stadium capacity per Marion County Board of Health ruling. That works out to be about 890. And there really hasn't been a notable difference. The music's still been the same, but the one thing we've missed tonight is the raucous student section.
The students
who are always out to our immediate left, out the window. They make noise all night. That's been the one thing that's been noticeably absent tonight.
And usually get to a point where they're all jumping and shaking the bleachers.
Shaking the bleachers, shaking the press box.
Including the press box,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been the one notable absence. 3rd down and 12 for Franklin Central at the Roncalli 28. 1:09 to go, 3rd quarter. Badgero, flush in the pocket.
Nice.
Joey Hayse on the sack, number 45. Joey Hayse on the sack.
That was a strong rush.
The senior, Joey Hayse, gets his first sack of his career at the varsity level. First sack of the night for Roncalli. Boy, Hayse came in there untouched to sack Badgero back at the 40-yard line. So a loss of 12 on the play, 4th down and 24 from the Roncalli 40. 35 seconds to go in the 3rd. Badgero drops the throw over the middle, and it's short-armed and dropped. Underthrown, intended for Crawford at the 24-yard line. He couldn't come back to it. He would have been well short of the line to gain regardless. And Roncalli takes over with 26 seconds to go in the 3rd and holding a 30-6 lead.
First possession, they're not going to be in their Franklin Central territory.
Yeah, Roncalli had 3 straight and 6 out of 7. This possession begins at the Roncalli 40 with 26 seconds to go. On the give. That's Leffler around right end. He had Hueler running alongside and thought about handing it to him, but he keeps it and gets a bruising 7 yards up the right side. 2nd down and 3, and that likely.
And he got hit at the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
And bruised his way up for those 7 yards.
That's the final play of the 3rd quarter. So no scoring in the 3rd. We head to the 4th, in the same spot we started the second half, with Roncalli leading Franklin Central 30-6 on our Beck Service Center scoreboard. Stay with us. Final 12 minutes from the stadium coming up next in 30 seconds on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Put simply, the mask helps to protect others from unknowingly infected individuals when they cough or sneeze. The CDC recommends that everyone wear a mask when they're in a social setting and around people not living with them. Make sure you wear your mask correctly. To do this, put your mask over your nose and mouth and secure it underneath your chin. Make sure that the mask sits snugly against the side of your face. By doing this together, we can keep COVID-19 out of Roncalli. Why do I have to wear?
Roncalli leads this game by the score of 30-6. Leffler, quick pass in the flat to Troxell. He's got a catch and he's knocked out of bounds, but not before getting the first down. He had to get across the 50, and he did, inside the Franklin Central territory for a first down. John, in his first year as a starter, 1st and 10 at the 48 of Franklin Central. Leffler tried the hard count, almost got the flashes to come across the line. It's all Beech Grove at Cascade tonight. The Hornets leading 34-0 at halftime. Delayed give to Hueler, spinning in between his left tackle and guard, and he's tackled after a pickup of one, maybe two. Second and 8 from the 46. Leffler with Hueler to his right in shotgun. Now Aiden comes to the line. Readjusts Hueler behind him in pistol formation with 5 on the shot clock. Looks left, throws left. Has a man, it's Beckman. He's got a catch, he's got a room to cut, and he's able to dance his way inside a defender and get the required yardage for the first down to the 36. Nice move.
That was a nice move.
We talked about Tyson Garrett, Dan, when he got that interception in the first half, how his season was limited to 5 quarters. Beckman actually was injured in the opener against Southport and had a season-ending injury, so he played 3 quarters of his entire season. And now Gary Hamilton, our referee, wants the play clock reconfigured. Now we're set. 1st and 10 at the Franklin Central 36. Leffler, a long count in no hurry.
Oops.
Turned to hand to Hueler, and Hueler was not there, so he keeps it himself, and he's wrestled back. Tackle for a loss of a couple yards. Dan, I would never know it myself, but that's got to be a lonely feeling for a quarterback to turn to hand the ball off, and there's nobody there.
Yeah, Hueler had gone to the right, and Leffler turned to the left, and you're not going to get a connection there.
Loss of 1, beg your pardon. 2nd down and 11 at the 37 of Franklin Central. 10 minutes to go. Hueler on the delay, up the middle, stop and go move inside the 30. Nice stutter step. Barron has to be closing in on his first 200-yard game.
Well, and I think that play was one of those, hey, sorry about that last play. Let me make it up here for you.
Right. Barron picks up 7. Barron's at 199. Leffler, give to Hueler. No, fake. Bullet pass over the middle and almost a diving catch. Right up the hash, a line drive throw. And Caden Gore, number 14, laid out for it, and he almost made the catch but couldn't quite get there. So incomplete pass on 4th down. And here's send Luke Russell out to try a field goal here. Luke kicked a 43-yarder on the final play. of the first half. This is a 37-yarder, a 47-yarder, beg your pardon. 47-yard field goal on the left hash. Caden Gore's the holder. Russell, good snap. A lot of leg. Can it get there?
No.
Short. Just short. It was on line, but short. So Luke Russell unable to convert from 47. And the score holds at 30-6. We've got breaks to take, so let's go ahead and take a break here. 9:23 to go in the ball game. Roncalli leads Franklin Central 30-6. We're back after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Do life, not laundry. Milto Cleaners.
First and 10, or second and 10 rather, for Franklin Central. They ran a pass play out of the timeout. Out of the change of possession, I should say. So second down and 10 at the 30 of Roncalli. 9:20 to go. Badgero drops, throw on the right flat, caught, and spinning out of a tackle and dropped at the 26. That's number 2, Damian Miller.
Franklin Central did get the ball at the 20-yard line, just for those, if you try a field goal and you miss it, it's like a punt that's brought back out to the 20-yard line.
That's a low-risk play then.
It is a low-risk play. And it's not as risky as what you think, going for that long one, because it's almost kind of like a short punt.
And the pass on 3rd and 7, incomplete. Downfield near the 50-yard line, number 19, Xavier Davenport, the intended receiver. So that brings up 4th down and 4. 4th down and 4 from the 26. And Franklin Central down 30-6, I should say. Of course, we'll go for it. Badgero drops, flush from the pocket, backs up, still looking downfield, throws it near the marker, and it's broken up, but a flag flies in.
Oh.
Knocked away.
It's Hegwood.
That was number 12. No, that was Sinovic, 42, that knocked it away. But I think Hegwood got tangled up, number 33, downfield with the receiver.
Okay.
Number 13 was the intended receiver. That's Brian Marshall. Penalty call. They call pass interference. Waiting for the official indication
but
from
they called
Gary
it,
Hamilton.
wasn't he going for the ball? I mean, he was trying to get that interception, and there was contact with it. It's one of those where you don't need that aggressive play in that situation. But to tell a young kid that, it's kind of tough.
Pass interference on the first down, gives Franklin Central first down, rather. 1st and 10 at the 41 of Franklin Central. 8:42 to go. We'll get an ID in after this first play on first down, and a pass in the flat, caught and dropped. Immediately, I should say, it's caught, and the receiver is dropped. That's Deontay Stevenson for a pickup of 1. Let's go ahead and step out quickly for this 10-second station ID, reminding you you're listening to Roncalli Football on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. On second down and 8, a pass out in the near side flat to Brian Marshall. He makes a leaping catch for a first down at the 49 of Roncalli, and the play is stopped because Roncalli has another defender who is cramped. Boy, Roncalli athletic trainer Mike Somm was not messing around. He was out on the field. Well, look, they were trying to get the ball to the line of scrimmage. That's Papandria, Ryan Papandria, who needs to be helped off.
Well, he was right there trying to make the play, and his leg gave out on him as he was trying to make that tackle. So,
1st and 10 after the catch from Marshall inside Roncalli territory at the 49. New Pal starting to pull away from Brebeuf, 28-8 mid-4th quarter down in Hancock County. 1st and 10, Badgero. Nobody open, backs away. Now rolls to his right, looks downfield, pump fakes and throws, and has a man. It's Crawford. He's caught it inside the 40 for a first down. Nice catch by Crawford, tackled the 37, but not before another first down.
And Crawford did a good job staying in his route, and he went to, came back to the quarterback, and it looked like he was going to the outside guy, and he snuck it into Crawford. DBs weren't looking for him coming across.
1st and 10 at the 37 of Roncalli. 7:12 left. Badgerow stands in the pocket, throws. Nice rifle throw in traffic. It's caught by Marshall right at the line to gain. I think that's Marshall. Yeah, it is Marshall. 13 and 19 is hard to see on the far side, but that's 13 Brian Marshall on the catch. He's got another first down. Out down to the 27. Badgerow getting a little bit of a rhythm here. Buying himself some time in the pocket.
He's got a very short stroke. He doesn't bring it much past his ear, but he gets a lot of rifle on it.
1st and 10 at the 27 of Roncalli. 30-6, Roncalli leads. Badgerow drops straight back. Nobody open. Looks right instead. Throws it to the goal line. Has a man picked off by Dominic Brown. 1 yard deep in the end zone. He'll bring it out. He's up the sideline. He runs over a man at the 25. He's tackled the 27. The ball's out.
Came out.
But I think it came out after the whistle. No, his helmet's off. Who is that that's running around with their helmet off down there?
Daniel O'Connor.
That's Daniel O'Connor.
Not sure where his helmet is. He came off without it.
Well, Dominic Brown, who led the team in interceptions last year, gets his first one tonight. 3rd pick of the night for Roncalli. And he delivered a blow at the end of that one.
Yes, he did.
My, oh, my. So it comes out. Brown was brought down to 27. The Franklin Central 27. 6:48 left. Well, let's see. Wait a second now. The chains are in an odd. The chains are pointed in the direction of Franklin Central as if they still have the ball. And Gary Hamilton is huddled up with a couple of his crew members here, but the Roncalli offense and the Franklin Central defense are both out on the field. I think they're going to call a personal foul on Roncalli after the play was over.
Is it because his helmet was off? Is that an automatic penalty if your helmet's off?
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Roncalli. So back Roncalli up. Still will have the ball, but instead of the ball being at the 27, which is where Brown was tackled, it's now at the 13. 1st and 10. Hueler's in the game, looking for 200 yards. Get a lot more. He may go. Baron Hueler is off to the races, and they will not get him.
What's this flag?
And a flag came flying in.
They're going to call a sideline infraction.
Hueler takes it in from 87 yards out, but the side judge has thrown a flag.
Oh, my gosh, you're going to take that away from him.
The side judge has thrown a flag at the 47-yard line of Roncalli. Baron Hueler goes 87 yards. Now John Rodenberg wants an explanation. They're going to bring it back.
Wow.
They're going to bring it back due to a sideline warning.
That was their second.
It was their second?
Yep.
That's why they got
Yeah, they have to do it then.
They got a warning.
So that's their second infraction. You get a warning for the first one. And they got one early in the game.
Yep.
But that takes the 87-yard run by Hueler all the way back. Boy, now you are looking at Hueler having close to 280 yards. I think he's at 199 right now. You tack an 87 on that, that's a big number, but instead it will come all the way back. Or does it come from the spot?
It's a spot foul, I would think.
Yeah, the flag is at the Roncalli 47. John Rodenberg is pacing in an aggressive fashion up and down the sideline right now.
Somebody's going to be running a lot tomorrow.
I did not see who. I don't know if the side judge, as he was running down the field to cover that play, he ran into somebody.
There were some players in the blue section in celebration, I think, because Hueler was so far in front of everybody.
The flag was thrown at the 47 of Roncalli, so it's not going to go. The line of scrimmage originally was the 13.
So I guess you give
Yeah, you have to get him to run to the.
Yeah, he has to get a run to the spot, right? So it's a 15-yard penalty from the spot where the contact occurred on the sideline. So Hueler does get yardage credited from the 13 to the 32, so that will get him over 200.
Well, does he get it to the 47?
Yeah, he does.
And then the penalty takes 15 back? Because you wouldn't just give it to because the penalty is what takes it back.
Yeah, he actually gets the yards to the 47, and then the penalty takes it back.
Yes.
So the ball's at the 32. Either way, Hueler is, the run goes to the spot. So the run goes to the 32. The run goes to the spot. Our guy Matt Donovan checking in. 6:35 left. The ball's at the 32-yard line of Roncalli. Our guy Tim Gray, the new Roncalli girls basketball coach, checking in tonight. We appreciate Coach listening in and look forward to watching his team play at the Vinny this winter.
Okay.
So Roncalli has the ball first and 10 to 32. Huebler's over 200 yards regardless because he was at 199 before that play. First and 10 to 32. Barron another carry. He's in the secondary again. He cuts outside. He's tackled at the 47 of Franco Central. First down. Boy, they keep giving it to him. He might get to 270 anyway.
Yeah, there's some huge holes right up the middle, and he has got some speed.
He's at 255 right now. Fake throw.
Throwing it.
And it's caught by Troxell. Bumped out of bounds. Just barely stepped out of bounds. He turned upfield and thought he had pay dirt. But he turned and stepped out of bounds. Just barely knocked out of bounds by Devontre Arisman at the 36, first down. Well, Huebler's the first runner to cross 200 yards for Roncalli since Nate Freeze back at Martinsville in October of 2015.
That was a long time
You
ago.
remember that game.
Yeah.
You've got a timeout. Franco Central. Franco Central, timeout. We'll go ahead and take a break. We've got breaks to take, and we'll be back after this
like
on the
53
Ascent to
yards?
St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. .27 by Marcus Nally in 2002. Give to Barron again, and he edges his way forward for a couple in between the hash marks.
Well, you add those 53 that were taken away from him there on the sideline infraction. At least in his mind, he might put an asterisk behind the.
Yes. Halfway through the final quarter. We'll go down to Steve Wilson here in a minute. 260 for Hueler right now. 30-6 is our score. 5:35 left. Leffler on the delay keep. Fake the give to Hueler. Kept it himself. Banging his way up the right hash for a couple. Lewis on the stop. Logan Ball as well, number 38, in on the tackle. Third down and 5. Cecina in the win column tonight, beating Speedway 14-3. So the Crusaders even up their record at 1-1.
Oh.
And Leffler hard counts the flashes into the neutral zone on 3rd and 5. And depending upon if that was a long 5 or a short 5, that's a first down. And let's see how they mark it off. It's not an automatic.
They're going to measure it? They are going to give it to him.
They do give it to him. Yep. So first down on the 5-yard encroachment. Inside 5 minutes to go. 4:53 left. Leffler fakes, pass in the flat, give to Troxell. John makes a move, still on his feet down near the 16. Nice catch and spin by John Troxell in his first varsity start, the senior. It's his first real football opportunity. He was a starter in the baseball outfield as a sophomore. Good size, athletic. Picked up a first down there on the catch. 1st and 10 at the 16. 4:25 left. 5 first downs on the drive for Roncalli. Leffler takes the snap. Fakes the give to Hueler. Another pass in the flat to Troxell.
Whoa!
He jumps over a man, and that's a flag. You can't jump over a guy.
Do that.
That's a penalty. As impressive and as athletic it is, it's a penalty. So Troxell was tackled at the 7 after the second defender put him down, but a flag is thrown because Troxell jumped over a defender, leapfrogged him at the 8, or at the 9 rather. Either way, that's a penalty.
And got over him cleanly, I might add. But
he did.
Oh, they're taking it away.
Oh, they pick it up? Pick the flag up?
How do you pick that up?
I don't know. I thought it was a penalty when you jump over somebody. Nope.
It's not?
Used to be, okay. Bob Susmichael, our rules expert, tells us it used to be hurdling, but that was taken away. So no penalty. Give Troxell the 8-yard catch. 2nd down and 2 at the 8. Inside 4 minutes to go. Give to Hueler. Barron seeking the pylon. Takes the contact, and he's still on his feet, tripped up. Finally, down to the 2. That's enough to, maybe call it the 3. That's enough to reset the down box. See if they put it the 2 or the 3. Either way, it's a first down. Luke Swartz comes in. The nose tackle, number 99 on your screen. Ball's on the 3. 1st and goal at the 3. See if they give it to Hueler here. Barron has already 3 touchdowns tonight. And he's got it again, looking for the end zone. He leans, and he's in. Touchdown. Barron Hueler, his 4th touchdown of the night. What a night for the senior. That one from 3 yards. So tonight, give him touchdowns of 8, 3, 48, and 3. And 266 yards on the ground. 3:13 to go. Luke Russell on for the extra point try. Roncalli has scored 36 straight points after Franklin Central scored first. 36-6 our score. Low snap. Russell puts the kick up. He missed it. Yeah, Gore tried to get it down, but the kick is no good.
Gore's done a pretty good job back there. That snap has been kind of everywhere on him. He's done a good job. That position gets no glory. But that's, he's all over the place bringing it and giving him at least a chance to get a foot on it.
We've got some breaks to get to, so we'll go ahead and take one now. 3:13 to go. Roncalli leads 36-6 on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate...
Downs from Barron Hueler, 266 yards on the ground. 3:13 to go. Luke Russell on to kick. Deep for the Flashes, the usuals. Deontay Stevenson and Dennis Crawford, numbers 1 and 6. It's Stevenson who runs up to take this one at the 11. Stop and go move. Breaks a tackle at the 20, still on his feet before he's brought down near the 21. Let's go down to Steve Wilson. Steve, Baron Hueler, 4 touchdowns, 266 yards tonight. One of the more impressive running back performances we've seen in about 2 decades. What have you seen from the senior tonight?
He's been incredible. I mean, I don't know what else you can say. His offensive line has obviously done a great job, but he's been patient. He's ran tough. He's been fast, and I don't know what else you can say. I will say this, a little FYI. That was not me that got the sideline penalty. I was nowhere near that. I just want to clear my name.
That's good to know. 1st and 10. Badgerow, a nice throw down the sideline and a catch out across the 35 for a first down. Caught and tackled immediately. That's number 7, Sam Toe on the catch.
From the angle.
Good to know that Willie is blame free for that sideline.
We were worried about that up here. That throw looked like he was going out of bounds with it from the angle here, but he just dropped it on a dime right where the receiver there. It's a good throw.
2:48 left. Badgerow steps, overthrows his man Toe at the 45-yard line, incomplete. So Baron Hueler, 266 yards and 4 touchdowns. Long of 48 on the 3rd touchdown. Career high. First Roncalli running back to rush for over 205 years. Nate Freeze, the last one. Back 5 years ago against Martinsville. Remember that game down at Martinsville?
Mm-hmm.
Freeze was a good runner.
He was.
Badgerow throws over the middle, almost picked off. That was, it was intended for Dennis Crawford.
Joe Curd got his hands on it.
Number 22, Joe Curd, yeah. Sophomore, I believe he's a sophomore. Junior linebacker. Got a hand on it. Should mention a lot of these guys are on the field now. Played in the JV game. The JV team went down to Brownstown Central and won on Monday night. That is not an easy trip to make on a school night. It's south and east of Seymour.
Is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good 3A program. Badgerow on 3rd and 10, looking for a man downfield. Finally jumps and throws it out of bounds. Intended for number 7, Sam Toe. That's Andy Newitty country down there, Brownstown Central. Jackson County.
Sam Cantwell was coming right, trying to get the sack, keeping the pressure on the quarterback.
Well, Rebels sending punt team out. Ryan Henry is deep. I'm not sure Franklin Central will punt this, though.
Nope.
Lebanon all over Zionsville. That number is north of 20 at this point. Pat Crosley knocked me out tonight. Badgerow drops on 4th and 10. Screen pass to Rulli. He's hit. Incomplete.
Oh.
Rulli was trying to collect it and get upfield at the same time, and he was popped.
Is that Milto? 27, is that who it was?
Joey Milto, number 27, who knocked it loose.
Good hit.
So you would think you'd see some new faces now for Roncalli offensively here in this final series. Caden Gorzan at quarterback, number 14. 2:21 to go at the Franklin Central 37-yard line. And the give is to, that's number 38, Luke Hansen. Luke Hansen on the carry, number 38, the sophomore. You may know his older brothers, Sam Hansen, state finalist in wrestling, and Tommy Hansen, baseball player, who set a national record with 3 grand slams in a game. 2nd down and 9.
That's a pretty cool asterisk to put on your name when you are a baseball player.
A national record. Yes, I have a national record. 3 grand slams in a game. 3 straight at bats. That's the thing. 3 straight at bats.
Whoops.
There was movement both ways. Let's see where they give it. You can go either way with that. And it's Roncalli with the procedure. Back him up 5. Inside 100 seconds to go. Well, as soon as we hit triple zeros on the clock, we'll step out, take a break. And Bob Susmichael will jump into the captain's chair and guide the first segment of the award-winning Steve's Flowers and Gifts post-game show. Steve Wilson will be back up with us. Those three will break down the game. I'll jump back in for segment number 2 and wrap things up. Give to Hansen on the delay. Able to work his way out to the 40, pickup of 1. Likely one more play to run, and that should do it. So this win will stop what was a 2-game winning streak in the annual series for Franklin Central. Winning last year here, 31-19 did the Flashes, and then winning 14-7 over in Franklin Township 2 years ago. Roncalli improving its all-time record against Franklin Central to 27-13, 15-6 here at the stadium. 40 seconds to go. Give again to Hansen, and he's immediately swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Plays blown dead. Nope, that's number 23 on the carry. Caden Meek on the carry, number 23. And with the play clock ahead of the game clock and the game clock inside 30, that should do it. Neither team has any intention to run another play. So after Franklin Central scored on a short field to start the game, it's all Roncalli the rest of the way. As Roncalli scores the final 36 points of the game and give new head coach John Rodenberg a W in the left-hand column to start his career here on the south side of Indianapolis. Our final here from Roncalli. Roncalli 36, Franklin Central 6. We'll step out, take a break, come back, tell you all about it on the postgame show. Coming up next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
The freedom most Americans have. We must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. America.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary, ER, or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
Sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Learn more at orthoindy.com/sportsmedicine.
It's Roncalli football on CBS Sports 1450. The Steve's Flowers and Gifts postgame show.
Well, Rob Brown is sitting out this segment, actually. We're back at Roncalli Stadium, where Roncalli just defeated the Franklin Flashes 36-6. I'm Dan Bauer, here with Bob Susmichael and Steve Wilson for the Steve's
best segment.
The best segment of the night for sure. This is the Steve's Flower and Gifts postgame show. See the difference? Steve's the difference. Well, guys, I mean, obviously you come back your first time. You don't get to play last week. You get to come back this week. You start with a little bit of bad luck, I'll call it, with a high snap over there. They give Franklin Central the ball at the 1 yard line. It takes them 2 downs to get it in, but they do get it in. So they start with the 6-0 lead, and they miss the extra point. And obviously in the first game of the year, something bad like that happens. There's a chance that the rest of the night could continue that direction. But the offense comes on the field, has a long drive, gets the extra point, puts points on the board, makes it 7-6. And obviously, we kind of started there and it kept going. So ended up being a good night for Roncalli even with the sour start.
Well, basically the defense pitched a shutout because that first touchdown, it's on the special teams.
Yeah.
So you're always going to be happy with that. But as a football coach, I know Coach Rodenberg, he knows he has things to clean up. We're a little bit sloppy in the second half, had too many penalties. We had some bad snaps on the punt, obviously, and a couple on the extra points. So, as a coach, I know privately he's thrilled, but he's always going to point out, as a coach, you just point out the negative.
Oh, no question.
To your team, and because you want him to.
Especially the first game of the year.
First game of his career at this school. So he's established the right culture here, and I expect no letdown come next week against Chittard, which is really a huge barometer on where this team is at. Because
right.
Trust me, they're going to hear all week about the beatdown that they took last year.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fresh on their mind. And Chittard, they're going to be loaded again. They don't
always are.
Have bad years. They just don't.
No.
So that's going to be a real test, and great Catholic football, great rivalry.
So obviously, big scoring night. Everybody wants to talk about offense, but I want to ask you guys, right? Here's where I serve up the softballs and make you look awesome, right? This new defense. From what my vantage point and looking at it, I want to see what you guys think. But is it me or was it the game? But the secondary really seemed like they could float around in that 4-4. I mean, obviously we got 3 picks, but they just seemed loose and they just seemed to be able to fly all over because we're sending 4. I mean, is that just me seeing that, or is that how that's intended?
Well, I mean, I think Coach Rodenberg, he wants to play base. If he would play base the entire night if everything's going well, and I think we did do that with just rushing 4 guys up front.
Yeah,
put good pressure on them, and FC got out of their comfort zone early after a couple picks, and that makes it a lot easier in the secondary. And we never loosened up. We never lightened up in that secondary. We were up tight on them all night. Coach Laux, he's aggressive in the secondary. He obviously you don't want big plays over the top of you, but he's not just going to give them stuff.
Right.
He's aggressive, and you've seen that. We had how many interceptions we had?
3.
I think we had at least 3 more dropped.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, that were really, really pretty easy balls to catch.
And to your point, Bob, I think this defense, by playing 4 deep and playing zone, you're not running your guys all over the place. At the high school level, they're not going to. Teams later as they watch films and stuff, they'll start to flood zones, and that creates a problem on the. But right now in the spread offense where you've got guys out, they're running for seams. So you can take away those seams by having guys sit back and just daring people to throw over the ball. And so teams that are a little bit more sophisticated in their passing game will start to put guys in motion. Will start to again flood zones and cause a little bit more havoc. But tonight that didn't happen.
Well, but we have some speed though too.
They're very athletic. They're long.
Yes,
that's the other thing.
The defensive coach, you don't want to play a lot of man coverage because your DBs are on an island.
Right.
And when you're able to stop the run, you don't have to play a lot of man coverage. That was the difference last year.
Yep.
We couldn't stop the run. We got to send extra people to commit to stopping
Correct.
the run. You got guys on an island, and it cost you dearly.
Yeah. I was, and coming into this game, we heard all kinds of stuff about the offense. All these guys coming back, now we got this big offensive line. Everybody seemed like, hey, the offense is going to be fine. The big question was defense. New scheme. You got 3 young guys up in front on how they, got one guy coming back, but how are they going to do up front tonight? They passed the test up front because, to Steve's point, you didn't have to have linebackers coming up to stop the run. You could have them sit back. Now, linebackers did a good job. They were flowing to the ball and everything, but having them sit back a little bit on passing plays allows your DBs to sit back even further and they just go after the ball. So it was really an impressive outing for the defense. And to me, the big question mark of what was coming into the night, you look at that and you go, okay, I like where Roncalli is after the first game. Now, you got to make steps to the second game because other teams are going to look at that film.
Well, and Steve's right. Next weekend's just going to be an all-out dog. It has been forever. It's just going to be a dog fight.
Yes, no question.
It's going to be a great football game, I really think, because you're right. Last year there was a nose rubbing, and you just don't forget that.
It was a beatdown.
53-7. That's a beatdown.
I mean, let's face it. That is a Catholic rivalry that's rolling in here next Friday night, and it'll be a game to behold, I would think.
And I think they came after a punt at 46-7. So,
Yeah,
that stuff don't sit well.
No. You remember that. Even if the coach wasn't here, he'll watch films and go, oh, my gosh, I'm going to win this for you guys. Right. So it'll be a great game no matter what, though. 2 hard-hitting teams no matter what, and it will be an awesome game. So
I would be really surprised if that didn't come down to the final possession.
Yeah, I agree. So guys, I'd love for this section to keep going on and on and on as we always would, but we do have to pay some bills, and we got to take a break and bring Rob back on. So, again, you're listening to the Steve's Flower and Gifts post-game show. And, again, Roncalli winning tonight 36-6. You're listening to the Roncalli football on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Others think are impossible, but for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
Work out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me.
I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Rob Brown, Steve Wilson, Dan Bauer, Bob Susan Michael. Back with you at the stadium to wrap it up. Roncalli winning its season opener tonight over Franklin Central 36-6. In the process, Roncalli snaps the 2-game winning streak that the Flashes had had in the annual series. First win for Roncalli in this annual series since 2017. Roncalli improves its all-time record against Franklin Central to 27-13 and 15-6 here at the stadium. Time to turn our attention now to our player of the game. I know you guys talked about him quite a bit in that opening segment. Baron Hueler was spectacular tonight. 266 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns. We mentioned it a couple of times, but the last time a Roncalli player rushed for over 200 yards was all the way back in 2015. That was Nate Freeze, who ran for 214 at Martinsville on October the 2nd, 2015. And we'll have to go back in the archives a little bit deeper to find the last time somebody rushed for over 250. And, you know, if that run, now again, you know the old saying about ifs and such, I won't finish it, but that 87-yard run that was called back due to the sideline infraction, obviously if that counts, you don't get the subsequent runs after that.
Yep.
But he's knocking on, he's north of 280 at that point, if that 80-some yard holds up. And now you're less than, I mean, Marcus Nally's school record is 327.
Right.
So you're in the ballpark at that point.
No question.
But just a phenomenal
And your yards per carry goes up, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So just a phenomenal effort by Barron tonight. Steve, you talked about it. you were down on field level, so you were able to see up close his vision, his cuts, his change of pace, all the things that he had tonight.
And he can beat you in so many different ways. He can run through you. He can run around you. He's got a little wiggle, a little shake and bake. He can get skinny. And he can catch the football. And one thing that didn't get mentioned tonight on Leffler's little 10-yard run up the middle, he had a great block at the line of scrimmage. And and Leffler read the block and got him in the end zone. He's just a great all-around running back and very selfless and very humble kid.
Is it me or, it seems like Hueler has found another gear speed-wise this year. I know he's always been good. He's always had those moves, but I don't remember him having that breakaway speed like he showed.
He ran away from people tonight. And this is a good football team with some athletes on it.
Yes.
FC.
Yes.
The 48-yarder, the 87-yarder, they weren't catching him.
Right.
Yeah,
no question.
He's really good.
He does seem, to your point, he does seem to have added a gear.
He does.
That he did not have when we saw him last year.
Yeah, for sure.
And certainly not going to dispute him being player of the game. There's no doubt about that. But clearly, the play of the game, I think it's got to be Tyson Garrett. That was
interception?
It was a game at that point.
You're right. I'd like to take it one or two more steps from that because although Hueler definitely deserves it, if Hueler doesn't have as many yards and as dominant as he was, I would be saying this should be a defensive team player of the game.
I agree.
Because, Tyson's Garrett, that game is back and forth at that point.
Yeah.
They're ready to score. He interceptions that one. Then we come back and Papandria gets an interception.
Yes.
And then in the second half, Franklin Central's kind of moving the ball again, and Joey Hayse's sack down there.
Yeah.
You talk about a great play coming in there.
Right.
That's a non-starter coming in and making a huge play. And then they're knocking on the door again, and Dominic Brown gets the interception at the goal line. So big play after big play after big play by the defense. All individual players, so you can't give them the player of the game. But you add those up, that defensive team had one heck of a game.
And how many returning starters do they have on the offensive side of the football? 4 or 5 linemen.
4 of the 5 linemen,
a couple of the backs and the receivers. That's a good
No
offense.
question.
I was really concerned about our ability to stop the run initially coming into the game, but wow, they did that and more.
No question.
Yeah.
Well, and you think about the fact that the only touchdown the defense allowed tonight was when, due to the bad snap, Franklin Central starts the drive on the 1.
Right. And it took them 2 plays to do it.
It took them 2 plays to get in, right.
We're putting that on the special team.
Well,
technically it goes to on the defense,
right.
But we know that's not right.
But that's a great – I don't think you can underscore the fact that Franklin Central trailed 7-6, was in the red zone and driving to regain the lead.
Yeah.
And the Garrett interception kind of took the wind out of the sails a little bit, and then the very next possession, Papandria gets the pick too.
Yep.
So Roncalli, 2 of the 3 interceptions tonight were inside the red zone as Franklin Central was driving. But again, Baron Hueler, the senior, he's tonight's player of the game. 266 yards and 4 touchdowns. You guys talked about it a little bit in segment 1 of our Steve's Flowers and Gifts post-game show, but before we wrap this up, let's talk a little bit about next week. I believe the last score we saw, Bishop Chatard was up 10-0 late on East Central. That was a home game up on the north side. It'll be the 60th all-time meeting between the two teams. 60th all-time meeting. And despite the fact that Chatard has won the last 2, the two teams have split the last 6. 3-3 the last 6. The one that you can't get past, though, if you're a Roncalli supporter, is the 53-7 shellacking that occurred on Chatard's campus last year in what was the biggest win for either team in the 59 games of the rivalry. When you're talking to your guys and you're getting your guys ready, if you're that Roncalli coaching staff, what's the message going into next week?
I know a lot of people get caught on the school up at 56th Street. To me, this is the rivalry for Roncalli.
No question.
And
they're on the schedule.
Yes, they're on the schedule. They play year in, year out. It is a dogfight most years, although when you look at those games, Chatard has a much larger victory count than what Roncalli does.
Sure.
But to your point also, Roncalli has played very evenly, except for the last years, in the last 6 years and so. So you're getting that momentum back. This is a great year, not only for a little revenge, but then also to prove that we as a program are making strides and getting back and against another program that has got a lot more wins against us than we have against them.
It's going to be a dogfight. That's it.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to the final possession, and
Well, I guarantee a coach understands rivalry games.
Absolutely, and he
you know,
knows Catholic school football, and that's what this is.
Yes.
I mean, that's what Cincinnati football is all about, where he came from. And,
Yep.
So he'll have his team ready, and Shatar's going to be ready too. So they're not going to back down. It's going to be a slugfest.
Well, we'll have that game for you next Friday night with our pregame show at 6:30, the kick at 7. You can listen to that and watch on the usual outlets, our Roncalli YouTube channel, roncallimedianetwork.org on the audio side, or CBS Sports 1430 here in central Indiana. I want to thank all of those involved in bringing you all the sights and sounds of tonight's game, our great crew tonight. As tonight's broadcast has been a production of the Rebel Media Network. The executive producer is Gary Armbruster. Our network producer is Cole Dunbar. Our studio producer, Mr. Luke Jones, doing a great job for us on the radio side. Our on-site production crew on the video side, Reese Gosser, our director, Hannah Taylor on the graphics, Spencer Sims, and Adam Geiger on the cameras. Our field producer is Mr. Stefan Welsh. Our sideline reporter tonight, Steve Wilson, our stat guy, and man about town on the post-game show, Bob Susmichael. And alongside my partner, Dan Bauer, I'm Rob Brown. Again, our final tonight from the stadium. Roncalli defeats Franklin Central by the score of 36-6. Until we talk to you next time, on behalf of our entire Rebel Media Network crew, it's been Rob Brown saying, so long, everybody. Good job, Luke. Thanks, Luke.